Hey beautiful souls, welcome back to the channel. So happy you're here because today we're diving deep. We're going to be looking at their deep emotional truth. Yeah, like what they're really feeling, what they might not even be saying out loud. It's a safe space here, so get comfy, grab a drink, and let's get started. Okay, so in this pick a card reading, and remember, this reading is timeless. So it'll find you whenever you're watching this. We're going to uncover what's truly going on in their heart and mind, especially for you. This isn't just surface-level stuff. We're talking about hidden desires and maybe some surprising truths that they might not even realize themselves. So stay open. Now let's take a look at our piles. First up, we have this gorgeous Aventurine heart. This pile is all about unveiling hope and the blossoming path, so get ready for some clarity. Next, we have this clear quartz pyramid, radiating harmony and reflecting light to help you find inner alignment. Then we have this dreamy opal star, symbolizing anchored dreams and stability taking root in your life. And finally, we have this protective sapphire sun, representing guarded radiance and inner strength. Take a deep breath, relax, and just see which crystal you feel most drawn to, no pressure at all. It's okay if you're drawn to more than one, or even if you need to check them all out. Trust your intuition in choosing. Now, close your eyes for a second, make a wish related to love and connection, and let's see what the universe has in store for you. Sending you all so much love and light. Hi, you chose the Aventurine heart. This crystal is all about clarifying what's truly in your heart and helping you see things clearly. And the theme for this reading is unveiling hope, the blossoming path, so let's see what these cards have to say about that. Okay, wow. We have the Tower, the Page of Swords, and the Ace of Swords. Okay, buckle up, Buttercup, because this is intense, but in a good way, I think. So first, we have the Tower. Oof, the Tower is, yeah, it's never a comfortable card, right? It's about sudden upheaval, unexpected change, things falling apart. But like before you freak out, remember the theme, unveiling hope. So this isn't just random chaos. This is necessary destruction. Think of it like, a controlled demolition, you know. Something has to fall apart to make way for something new, something better. For some of you, this could be a situation in your love life. Maybe you've been holding on to something that just isn't working anymore, like clinging to a relationship out of habit or fear. And the universe is like, nope, we're shaking things up. This could look like a sudden breakup, a big argument that reveals underlying issues, or just a realization that you're on completely different paths. It might feel awful at first, like the end of the world, but trust me, it's making space for something more aligned with your true happiness. Or, maybe it's not romantic. Maybe this is about your career. Are you feeling stuck in a job that's draining you? Maybe you've been avoiding a difficult decision, like quitting or confronting a toxic boss. The Tower could be a job loss, a company restructuring, or just a moment where you realize you can't keep doing what you're doing. It's scary, yeah, but it's also an opportunity to finally pursue your passions, to find work that actually fulfills you. And honestly, this could even be something internal, like a belief system that's been holding you back. Maybe you've been telling yourself you're not good enough, or you don't deserve love, or you can't achieve your dreams. The Tower can represent a shattering of those limiting beliefs, a sudden awareness that you've been living a lie. It can be painful to confront those things, but it's also incredibly liberating. See, the thing about the Tower is that it's always about truth. It's about revealing what's been hidden, what's been festering beneath the surface. And yeah, that can be shocking and disruptive, but it's also essential for growth. It's like the Aventurine is clarifying what needs to be cleared away. Okay, so after the Tower, we have the Page of Swords. Okay, this is interesting. So, after the initial shock and chaos, the Page of Swords is like the curious investigator. This card is all about new ideas, new perspectives, a thirst for knowledge. You're starting to ask questions, to analyze the situation, to figure out what went wrong and what can be learned. Think of the Page as like the student. You're eager to learn, to explore different possibilities. You're not quite sure where you're going yet, but you're open to anything. You're gathering information, weighing your options, and trying to make sense of everything that's happened. So, in a love context, this could mean you're starting to understand why the relationship ended. You're seeing the red flags you missed before, the patterns that kept repeating. You're also exploring new ideas about what you want in a partner, what you need to be happy. Maybe you're reading books on relationships, talking to friends for advice, or even considering therapy. You're searching for clarity, and you're not afraid to ask the tough questions. And if it's about your career, the Page of Swords could mean you're researching new job opportunities, taking online courses to upgrade your skills, or networking with people in your field. You're exploring different paths and trying to figure out what aligns with your passions and values. You might be feeling a little lost and uncertain, but you're also excited about the possibilities. Or, if it's internal, the Page of Swords could represent a new awareness of your own thoughts and beliefs. You're starting to question your assumptions, to challenge your limiting beliefs. You're reading self-help books, listening to podcasts, or journaling to explore your inner world. You're becoming more self-aware and more open to new ways of thinking. The Page of Swords is all about intellectual curiosity, about seeking truth. It's about using your mind to navigate the chaos and find your way forward. Like, the Tower shook things up, and now the Page is like, okay, what do I do with this? What I love is that it's building on that blossoming path theme, and the Aventurine's energy is like, guiding your questions. And then we have the Ace of Swords. Yes, this is the breakthrough. This is the clarity you've been searching for. The Ace of Swords represents a new beginning, a fresh start, a moment of truth. It's like after all the chaos and confusion, bam, a light bulb goes off and you finally see things clearly. This card is about cutting through the BS, about making a clear and decisive decision. It's about taking control of your life and moving forward with confidence. Think of it as a mental sword that slices through the fog, revealing the path ahead. So, in love, the Ace of Swords could mean you finally realize what you need to do to move on from the past. You see the relationship for what it was, without any illusions or fantasies. You understand your own patterns and what you need to change to attract healthier relationships in the future. Maybe you decide to cut off contact with your ex, or you set clear boundaries for yourself. You're ready to start fresh and create a love life that truly fulfills you. And in your career, the Ace of Swords could mean you finally get that dream job, or you have a brilliant idea that launches your own business. You have the clarity and confidence to pursue your goals with passion and determination. You're no longer afraid to take risks or step outside your comfort zone. You know what you want, and you're going for it. Or, internally, the Ace of Swords represents a major breakthrough in your thinking. You finally understand why you've been struggling with certain issues, and you have the tools to overcome them. You release old patterns of self-sabotage and embrace a new, more empowering belief system. You're ready to live your life with authenticity and purpose. The Ace of Swords is all about mental clarity, about making a conscious choice to create a better future. It's about taking your power back and living your truth. And see, this is where the unveiling hope theme really comes into play. The Tower was the destruction, the Page was the search, and the Ace is the rebirth, so like putting it all together. The Tower, Page of Swords, and Ace of Swords. It's a powerful sequence, right? It's about facing challenges, seeking truth, and ultimately finding clarity and a new beginning. This is a journey of transformation, of letting go of what no longer serves you and embracing a brighter future. It's like the Aventurine is helping you to see that even in the midst of chaos, there is always hope for something better. This whole sequence is saying that even though there may be some shakeups coming, some unexpected changes, you are being guided towards a clearer understanding of yourself and your path. You're going to be asking questions, seeking answers, and ultimately, you're going to find the clarity you need to move forward with confidence. And I feel like the blossoming path is really about embracing those changes and trusting that they are leading you to where you need to be. It's a beautiful thing, really. Remember, this is all about unveiling hope. Even though the Tower can be scary, it's ultimately a catalyst for growth and transformation. The Page of Swords helps you navigate the chaos with curiosity and intelligence, and the Ace of Swords gives you the clarity and courage to create a better future. Trust the process and know that you are being guided every step of the way. So that's the initial read on these 3 cards together, but we've still got so much to explore. Okay, so, like after all that, We pull the Lovers. Oh my gosh, this is huge. Okay, so first things first, like the obvious. The Lovers card often represents a significant relationship, right? I mean, it's not always romantic, but like, let's be real with the Aventurine heart. It's probably got something to do with your love life, or at least, like, your heart's desires. So, like, where do we even start? Okay, so maybe, like, this card is showing up because you're at a crossroads in a relationship. Or, maybe, like, you're about to be in a relationship. Like, is there someone new on the horizon? Because the Lovers isn't just about being in a relationship, it's about making a choice about a relationship, right? Are you being called to make a big decision about whether to commit to someone or to take things to the next level? Like, maybe you've been casually dating someone, and now you need to decide if you want something more serious. Or, like, maybe you're already in a committed relationship, but you're facing a challenge that requires you to reaffirm your commitment. And okay, so like, remember the Tower? Maybe that relationship that was shaken up isn't over, but it's being tested. The Lovers here could be about choosing to rebuild, choosing to recommit, choosing to work through the issues that the Tower revealed. But it's a conscious choice. It's not just like drifting back together. It's about actively choosing to be with this person, even knowing their flaws and the challenges you'll face. Or, maybe like it's the opposite. Maybe the Lovers is showing up to tell you that you need to choose to leave. Like, maybe you've been holding on, hoping things will get better, but deep down it's not the right relationship for you. The Lovers can be about honoring your own needs and desires, and choosing to walk away from something that's no longer serving you, even if it's scary or painful. It's like the Aventurine is asking, what's truly in your heart? What choice aligns with your highest self? But okay, wait, because the Lovers isn't just about romantic relationships. It can also represent, like, really important friendships or family connections. Is there a friendship that's being tested right now? Or, like, maybe you need to make a decision about how much energy you're putting into a certain family relationship. Are you being pulled in different directions? Are you feeling torn between your loyalty to your family and your own needs and desires? The Lovers here could be about finding balance and harmony in your relationships and making choices that honor both yourself and the people you care about. Okay, but like, even bigger than relationships, the Lovers is about choices, period. Big, important, life-altering choices. It's about aligning yourself with your values and choosing the path that feels most authentic to you. So, like, maybe this isn't about a specific person at all. Maybe this is about a career decision or a major life change. Are you being called to choose between two different paths? Are you feeling torn between your head and your heart? The Lovers here is urging you to listen to your intuition, to connect with your inner wisdom, and to choose the path that feels most aligned with your soul's purpose. And like, remember the Ace of Swords. That clarity you found? The Lovers is asking you to use that clarity to make a conscious choice. It's like the Ace gave you the knowledge, and now the Lovers is asking you to put that knowledge into action. What are you going to do with this new understanding? What choices are you going to make based on what you now know to be true? Okay, so, like, let's dig a little deeper, because the Lovers isn't just about making choices, it's about understanding your values. Like, what's truly important to you? What do you stand for? What are you willing to fight for? This card is asking you to examine your beliefs and to make sure that your choices are aligned with your values. Are you living your life in accordance with what you believe to be true? Or are you compromising your values for the sake of convenience or approval? And like, sometimes, we don't even realize that we're not living in alignment with our values. We get caught up in the day-to-day, and we forget to check in with ourselves and make sure we're on the right track. The Lovers here is a wake-up call, a reminder to reconnect with your inner compass and to make sure that you're living a life that feels authentic and meaningful. So, like, maybe you value honesty, but you've been telling little white lies to avoid conflict. Or maybe you value creativity, but you've been stuck in a job that stifles your imagination. Or maybe you value freedom, but you've been in a relationship that feels suffocating. The Lovers is asking you to identify those areas where you're not living in alignment with your values, and to make choices that will bring you back into harmony with yourself. And, okay, this is where it gets really interesting, because the Lovers is also about partnerships, right? It's about finding someone who shares your values and who supports your dreams. But that doesn't necessarily mean finding someone who agrees with you on everything. In fact, sometimes the best partnerships are the ones where you challenge each other and push each other to grow. The key is to find someone who respects your values, even if they don't share them completely. Someone who is willing to listen to your perspective, to understand where you're coming from, and to support you in living your truth. The Lovers here is asking you to seek out those kinds of partnerships, both in your personal life and in your professional life. Surround yourself with people who inspire you, who challenge you, and who support you in becoming the best version of yourself. Okay, so what if this is about, aligning your inner self with your outer self? Are you presenting a different version of yourself to the world than who you truly are inside? Are you hiding your true feelings or beliefs to fit in or to avoid judgment? The Lovers here is urging you to be authentic, to be true to yourself, and to let your light shine. It's about embracing your flaws, your quirks, and your imperfections. It's about recognizing that you are unique and valuable just as you are. And it's about having the courage to show the world who you really are without fear of rejection or criticism. This is so empowering. And okay, this connects back to the Tower, because maybe the Tower experience forced you to confront some uncomfortable truths about yourself. Maybe you realized that you've been living a lie, that you've been pretending to be someone you're not. The Lovers here is giving you the opportunity to rewrite your story, to create a new narrative that is more authentic and more aligned with your true self. So, how does all this fit together? We had the Tower shaking things up, then the Page of Swords searching for answers, then the Ace of Swords finding clarity, and now the Lovers asking you to make a choice. It's like the universe is setting you up for a major transformation. You're being given the opportunity to step into your power, to live your truth, and to create a life that is aligned with your highest potential. And the Aventurine is really emphasizing that blossoming path, right? All of this is leading you towards a more fulfilling and authentic life, but it requires you to make a choice. It requires you to step up and take responsibility for your own happiness. It requires you to be brave and to trust your intuition. And the thing about choices is that they're not always easy. Sometimes, the right choice is also the hardest choice. But the Lovers is reminding you that you are not alone. You have the strength, the wisdom, and the support to make the right decision for yourself. So, okay, with the clarity from the Ace of Swords and the choices presented by the Lovers, what's next? What happens when you make that choice? What challenges or opportunities await you on the other side? Are you going to choose love? Are you going to choose authenticity? Are you going to choose a path that aligns with your values? Only the next cards can tell us. This is so exciting I can barely stand it. We are about to get a glimpse into what that choice actually means for you moving forward. Okay, so with all of that talk about choices and love and authenticity, we get the Devil. Whoa, that is a stark contrast, right? We go from this card of beautiful choices and partnerships to the Devil. Okay, so deep breaths, don't freak out. Remember the theme, unveiling hope. This isn't necessarily a bad thing. It just means there's something that needs to be brought into the light, something that's maybe been lurking in the shadows. It's like the Aventurine is clarifying some stuff we maybe didn't even want to see. So, the Devil card. The obvious stuff first, right? It's about feeling trapped, feeling restricted, feeling bound by something. And usually, it's something unhealthy, you know? It could be an addiction, it could be a toxic relationship, it could be limiting beliefs, it could be a really bad habit. It's that thing that you know is not good for you, but you just can't seem to break free from it. You know that feeling? That's the Devil energy. Okay, so, in terms of relationships, the Devil could mean you're in a relationship that's, really unhealthy. Maybe it's controlling, maybe it's manipulative, maybe it's just draining. You feel like you can't be yourself. You feel like you're constantly walking on eggshells. You feel like you're losing your sense of self in the relationship. And the really insidious thing about the Devil is that it makes you feel like you can't leave. You're trapped, you're dependent on the other person, you're afraid of being alone, or you think you don't deserve better. It's The chains are invisible, but they're so strong. I hate that feeling. I had a relationship like that once. I stayed way too long because I thought I couldn't do better. Turns out I could. Or maybe it's not a romantic relationship. Maybe it's a friendship that's become toxic, or a family dynamic that's really unhealthy. Maybe you feel obligated to stay in contact with someone who constantly puts you down or takes advantage of you. You know, like that one relative that always needs to borrow money and never pays you back. It's that feeling of obligation, of guilt, of being unable to say no. The devil thrives on those feelings. Okay, so, beyond relationships, the devil can also represent, addictions, right? And I don't just mean, substance abuse. It could be anything that you use to numb yourself, to escape from reality, to avoid dealing with your problems. It could be, overeating, overspending, excessive screen time, gambling, workaholism. Anything that you're using to fill a void or to avoid feeling something. It's you know it's bad for you, but you keep doing it anyway. It's that feeling of being out of control, of being powerless to resist the temptation. You know, I definitely have a sugar addiction. I know I shouldn't eat that whole pint of ice cream, but yeah, the devil is whispering in my ear the whole time. And even deeper, the devil can represent your own limiting beliefs. The negative thoughts and patterns that keep you stuck in the same old rut. It's that inner critic that tells you you're not good enough, you're not worthy of love, you're not capable of achieving your dreams. Those voices that hold you back from pursuing your passions, from taking risks, from living your best life. It's you're chained to your own self-doubt, your own fears, your own insecurities. Those are the hardest to break, honestly. Okay, so, how does this connect to the previous cards? This is where it gets really interesting. So, we had the tower shaking things up, right? Maybe the devil is what caused the tower to fall in the first place. Maybe those unhealthy patterns, those addictions, those limiting beliefs. They were the foundation that the tower was built on. And eventually, they crumbled, causing everything to come crashing down. You know, if you're in a relationship built on lies and manipulation, it's only a matter of time before it collapses. The devil was there from the beginning, poisoning the relationship from the inside out. Or maybe the devil is what's clouding the page of Swords' search for truth. The page is trying to figure things out, trying to learn from the past, trying to find a new direction. But the devil is whispering lies in their ear, distorting their perception, and leading them down the wrong path. It's they're searching for answers, but they're getting bad information. They're being misled by their own fears and insecurities. The devil doesn't want you to find the truth because the truth will set you free. And the devil wants you chained up tight. And maybe the devil is blocking the clarity of the Ace of Swords. The Ace is about cutting through the BS, seeing things clearly, and making a decisive decision. But the devil is throwing up obstacles, creating confusion, and making it hard to see the forest for the trees. It's you know what you need to do, but you can't seem to find the strength to do it. The devil is holding you back, tempting you with instant gratification, and making you believe that you're not strong enough to resist. Okay, so, the big question, how does the devil influence the choice in the lovers? This is, the crux of the whole reading, right? Is the devil tempting you to make the wrong choice? Is it making you doubt yourself? Is it making you settle for less than you deserve? It's you're standing at a crossroads, and the devil is whispering in your ear, trying to steer you down the path of least resistance, the path of comfort and familiarity, even if it's not the right path for you. Maybe the devil is telling you to stay in that unhealthy relationship because you're afraid of being alone. Or maybe it's telling you to sabotage a new relationship because you don't think you deserve to be happy. Or maybe it's telling you to give up on your dreams because you're not good enough. The devil is always trying to convince you that you're not worthy, that you're not capable, that you're destined to fail. It's awful. But here's the thing. The devil only has power over you if you give it power. You have the free will to choose, to resist temptation, to break free from those chains. And that's where the Aventurine comes in, right? Its clarifying energy can help you see through the devil's illusions, to recognize the lies that you've been telling yourself, and to reclaim your power. The Aventurine is shining a light on those dark corners, revealing the truth that's been hidden in the shadows. And remember the theme, unveiling hope? Even though the devil seems scary and overwhelming, it's not the end of the world. It's just a challenge, an opportunity to grow and to become stronger. It's a chance to confront your demons, to break free from your limitations, and to create a life that is more authentic and more fulfilling. You can absolutely break free from those chains. So, what does all of this mean for you? Are you being tempted by something unhealthy? Are you feeling trapped in a situation that's draining your energy? Are you struggling with limiting beliefs that are holding you back? The devil is showing up to tell you that it's time to confront those issues, to take responsibility for your choices, and to reclaim your power. It's not going to be easy, but it's absolutely possible. And what choice are you going to make in the Lovers? Are you going to choose freedom, or are you going to choose chains? Are you going to choose authenticity, or are you going to choose conformity? Are you going to choose love, or are you going to choose fear? The devil is testing you, pushing you to your limits, and seeing if you're strong enough to resist. Okay, so the million-dollar question, what's the next card? Are we going to see a card of triumph, of breaking free from the devil's influence? Or are we going to see a card of despair, of succumbing to temptation? Are you going to overcome this challenge, or are you going to let it consume you? The next card is going to reveal everything. I am on the edge of my seat. Okay, so after the devil, we get death. Oh my goodness. Okay, don't panic, don't freak out. Death is not usually a card about physical death, right? I mean, it can be, but 9% of the time, it's about endings and new beginnings. It's about transformation. It's about cutting away what no longer serves you so you can fully embrace something new. Remember that whole blossoming path thing? This is it. Okay, so think about it this way. We've got the Tower, which is the big shakeup, right? Then the Page of Swords trying to figure out what the heck just happened. Then the Ace of Swords with that clarity, bam, a new understanding. Then the Lovers with the big choice, and the devil showing us what's holding us back. And now death. It's all of this is leading to this moment of release. This moment of letting go. So, the energy is just building, right? Okay, so the first thing that pops into my head is what needs to die in your life right now? What needs to end? What's holding you back from truly blossoming? And I know that can be a scary question, but it's also incredibly empowering. Because once you identify what needs to go, you can finally start to move forward. Okay, so let's break it down. Remember how the devil was all about feeling trapped, feeling restricted, feeling bound by something unhealthy? Well, death is the key to unlocking those chains. It's the power to say, enough is enough, I'm done with this. It's the courage to walk away from what's no longer serving you, even if it's scary or painful. Are you feeling called to make a big decision that will change the course of your life? Do you feel that it will make you feel liberated? So, in terms of relationships, maybe death is about ending a toxic relationship. You've been holding on, hoping things will get better, but deep down you know it's not the right relationship for you. The devil has been whispering lies in your ear, telling you that you can't do better, that you're not worthy of love, that you're better off staying in this unhealthy situation. But death is no, that's not true, you deserve so much more. Let it go. And honestly, that can be terrifying, right? The thought of being alone, of starting over. It can be paralyzing. But death is reminding you that sometimes the greatest act of love you can give yourself is to walk away. Or, maybe it's not a romantic relationship. Maybe it's a friendship that's run its course, or a family dynamic that's just too draining. Maybe you need to set some boundaries, to create some distance, to protect your energy. Death isn't necessarily about cutting people out of your life completely, but it's about recognizing that some relationships need to change, to evolve, or to end in order for you to thrive. Do you feel that some of your relationships are not serving your purpose? Okay, but it's not always about cutting people out of your life, right? Sometimes, death is about ending a chapter in your life. Maybe you're feeling stuck in a job that's not fulfilling you. You've been going through the motions, but your heart just isn't in it anymore. The devil is whispering in your ear, telling you that you're not good enough to find something better, that you should just be grateful for what you have. But death is no, you deserve to be passionate about your work, You deserve to feel alive and inspired. Let that old job die and find something that truly lights you up. Have you considered a career change recently? Or maybe it's about letting go of a dream that's no longer serving you. You know, sometimes we hold onto things for so long, even when they're not making us happy anymore. Maybe you've been pursuing a certain goal because you thought it was what you should be doing or because someone else wanted you to do it. But death is is this really what you want? Is this really making you happy? If not, it's okay to let it go. It's okay to change your mind. It's okay to pursue something new. It is okay to let some dreams die. Are there any that no longer align with the path you are on? And okay, this is where it gets really deep. Sometimes, death is about letting go of a part of yourself. Maybe you've been clinging to an old identity, to an old way of being that's no longer serving you. You've been telling yourself a certain story about who you are, what you're capable of, what you deserve. But death is that story really true? Is it really helping you to grow and evolve? Or is it holding you back? You know, maybe you've been identifying as a victim for so long that you've forgotten how to be empowered. Or maybe you've been identifying as a failure that you're afraid to even try anymore. Death is inviting you to let those old labels die, to shed those old skins, and to step into a new, more authentic version of yourself. What if you could rewrite your story? What if you could choose a new identity? What if you could become the person you've always dreamed of being? Okay, so, how does this connect back to the devil? Remember how the devil was representing those chains, those limitations, those unhealthy attachments? Well, death is the sword that cuts through those chains. It's the power to break free from those limitations. It's the ability to say, I'm not going to let these things control me anymore. I'm taking my power back. It's like you've been trapped in this prison of your own making, and death is giving you the key to escape. Are you ready to unlock the door and walk out? What negative self-talk is holding you back? And what about the lovers? Remember how the lovers was about making a choice, about aligning yourself with your values, about choosing the path that feels most authentic to you? Well, death is like the catalyst that helps you make that choice. It's the understanding that sometimes, in order to move forward, you have to let go of something old. You can't fully embrace a new path until you've cleared the way. It's like you're standing at a fork in the road, and death is saying, okay, which way are you going to go? Are you going to choose the path of growth and transformation, or are you going to stay stuck in the past? Is there one particular choice that feels like it could lead to the change you are looking for? So, the big picture here is that you're going through a major transformation. You're being called to let go of what's no longer serving you, to embrace a new way of being, and to step into your power. It's not going to be easy, but it's going to be worth it. You're going to come out of this stronger, wiser, and more aligned with your true self. And the Aventurine is really supporting you in this process, right? Its clarifying energy is helping you to see what needs to go, and its gentle energy is helping you to release it with love and compassion. Because death isn't about being harsh or judgmental. It's about being kind to yourself, about honoring your journey, and about trusting that you're always being guided towards your highest good. So, what does this mean for you right now? What are you ready to let go of? What chains are you ready to break? What new beginning are you ready to embrace? Are you ready to step into your power? Do you feel that the time for change is coming soon? And the thing is, death isn't an ending, it's a beginning. It's the end of one chapter, but the start of another. It's the closing of one door, but the opening of another. And who knows what's waiting for you on the other side? What amazing opportunities, what beautiful connections, what incredible experiences are just waiting for you to step into them? You really can't wait to see what this all means. Okay, so, what's the very next card? Is it going to be a card of triumph, of rebirth, of new beginnings? Is it going to show us what amazing things are waiting for you on the other side of this transformation? Or is it going to be a card of challenge, of resistance, of showing us that the work isn't quite done yet? Seriously, I am dying to know. This is the most exciting reading ever. I really want to know, what is this new beginning? Okay, so, after death, we get the Ace of Cups. Oh my gosh, this is the most beautiful thing we could have gotten right now. Seriously. Okay, so after all that intense energy, all that letting go, all that transformation, we have the Ace of Cups, which is just pure, unadulterated love, like in its most, potent, purest form. So, okay, first things first, the Ace of Cups is all about new beginnings, right? But it's not just any new beginning, it's an emotional new beginning. It's a fresh start for your heart. It's like, after all the stuff you've been through, you're finally open to receiving love again, whether that's romantic love, self-love, or just a deeper connection to your own emotions. Like you are finally ready to be happy. Okay, so, remember death and how it was all about letting go of what no longer serves you. The Ace of Cups is like the beautiful thing that comes after that letting go. It's like you had to clear out all that old stuff to make space for this new wave of emotional fulfillment. It is like you cleaned your house, and now good things can finally come in. Okay, so, in terms of love, this could mean a brand new relationship is on the horizon. You've finally healed from the past, you've learned your lessons, and you're ready to attract someone who truly aligns with your soul. Maybe you've been single for a while, or maybe you've just been casually dating, but now you're ready for something deeper, something more meaningful. And the universe is like, okay, here you go, here's the love you've been waiting for. Or, maybe you're already in a relationship, but it's about to get a whole lot better. Maybe you've been going through a rough patch, but you're finally ready to reconnect on a deeper level. You're ready to open your heart, to be vulnerable, and to experience a whole new level of intimacy. It's like your relationship is being reborn. But okay, it doesn't have to be romantic, right? The Ace of Cups can also represent a deeper connection to your friends, your family, or your community. Maybe you're feeling called to be more involved in something that you're passionate about, or maybe you're just feeling a greater sense of connection to the people around you. You are definitely being filled with love right now. And even more importantly, the Ace of Cups is about self-love, right? It's about accepting yourself, flaws and all. It's about treating yourself with kindness and compassion. It's about recognizing your own worth and value. And honestly, after everything you've been through, you deserve to give yourself some love. Seriously, go take a bubble bath, read a good book, do something that makes you feel good. Okay, so, how does this connect to the devil? Because that's the big question, right? We had the devil showing up, representing those chains, those limitations, those unhealthy attachments. And now we have the Ace of Cups, which is the complete opposite. So, is it possible to break free from the devil's influence and embrace this new wave of love? And the answer is yes. Absolutely. The Ace of Cups is showing you that you have the power to overcome those limitations, to break free from those chains, and to create a life filled with love and joy. It's not going to be easy, but it's definitely possible. You will be set free. It's like the Ace of Cups is a reminder that you are worthy of love, even with all your flaws and imperfections. The devil wants you to believe that you're not good enough, that you're not worthy of happiness, but the Ace of Cups is here to say, that's a lie. You are absolutely worthy of love. You are amazing just the way you are. And maybe the Ace of Cups is showing up to help you heal from the wounds that the devil inflicted. Maybe you've been carrying around some emotional baggage, some old hurts, some limiting beliefs that have been holding you back. The Ace of Cups is like a soothing balm that can help you to heal those wounds and to move forward with a renewed sense of hope and optimism. You really needed this card. Okay, so, what about death? How does the Ace of Cups connect to that card of transformation? Well, it's like death cleared the way for this new wave of love to enter your life. You had to let go of what was no longer serving you in order to make space for something new and beautiful. Death came and went, and now the love is coming in hot. It's like you had to say goodbye to that old relationship in order to make room for a new one that's more aligned with your soul. Or you had to quit that job in order to find a career that you're truly passionate about. Or you had to let go of those limiting beliefs in order to step into your power. And now, the universe is rewarding you with the Ace of Cups. You made space, and now the universe is giving back. The letting go was hard, it always is. But now that there's space for a new chapter, you need to focus on what you want to create. The universe is giving you a blank canvas. You need to focus on putting the right elements on it so you can make your life the way you want it. So, what does this mean for the lovers? Remember that big choice you had to make? Well, the Ace of Cups is showing you that you made the right decision. You chose love, you chose authenticity, you chose a path that aligns with your values. And now, you're being rewarded with a flood of emotional fulfillment. It's kind of like a congratulations from the universe for moving in the right direction. It's like you chose to break free from those chains, to embrace your true self, and to create a life that is filled with love and joy. And the Ace of Cups is here to celebrate that choice. You followed your heart, and it took you to a beautiful place. You know, and this could even signal the arrival of a soulmate connection, someone who really gets you and supports you. You're being encouraged to really open yourself up to that connection. You deserve that kind of connection. You truly do. After all that growth and transformation, you really have earned this. So, the big picture here is that you're entering a time of great emotional fulfillment. You're finally ready to receive love, to give love, and to connect with others on a deeper level. You're breaking free from the chains of the past and embracing a future filled with hope and joy. This is a wonderful time to be alive. The Aventurine heart really helped you get here, right? I mean, it clarified the path and helped you see through the devil's lies. It helped you embrace your true self and make the right choices, and now the Ace of Cups comes in and tells you that you are worthy and that love is coming your way. What does this mean for you right now? How can you best embrace this new wave of emotional fulfillment? What steps can you take to open your heart and receive love? What are you going to do to celebrate this new beginning? It is time to celebrate. You are definitely on the right path. You have made all the right decisions to get here. Just remember to trust your heart, and the path that you are on will be blessed. Okay, so, what's the next card? Is it going to be a card of celebration, of joy, of showing us all the wonderful things that are coming your way? Or is it going to be a card of caution, of reminding us that we still need to be mindful of those old patterns and limitations? I am so excited to see what's next. This reading is just getting better and better. What is coming is going to be great, I just know it. Okay, so, after all of that, after the Ace of Cups, we get the King of Wands. Yes, this is the perfect way to end this reading. Seriously, this is so exciting. Okay, so, the King of Wands is all about leadership, passion, and taking action, right? It's about stepping into your power and creating the life you want. It is like everything has been leading up to this. So, after all that emotional stuff, all that healing and letting go, the King of Wands is okay, now what are you going to do with it? You know that feeling when you're ready to make moves. So, remember the Tower? That big shakeup? The King of Wands is about taking control after the chaos, rebuilding your life with passion and purpose. It's about being the leader of your own life, instead of letting circumstances dictate your path. You got shook, you assessed, and now you're rebuilding. And the Page of Swords, always searching for answers, right? The King of Wands is about taking all that knowledge you've gained and turning it into action. It's about being confident in your ideas and sharing them with the world. Don't let that knowledge sit, let it grow. Or, like the Ace of Swords, that clarity, that breakthrough. The King of Wands is about using that clarity to make bold decisions and pursue your goals with unwavering determination. No more confusion, just straight-up action. And okay, the Lovers, that big choice. The King of Wands is about embodying the values you chose and living your life with authenticity and integrity. It is also about being confident in your relationships. Stand tall. And, like the Devil, that thing that was holding you back. The King of Wands is about breaking free from those limitations and stepping into your full potential. It's about knowing your worth and refusing to settle for anything less than you deserve. No more settling. And what about death? That transformation? The King of Wands is about embracing that new beginning with passion and enthusiasm. It's about seizing opportunities and creating a life that is aligned with your soul's purpose. This is really what you were meant to do. And then the Ace of Cups. That new wave of love? The King of Wands is about sharing that love with the world. It's about inspiring others, being a positive influence, and creating a ripple effect of love and joy. Use that love to fuel yourself and others. So, how does this all come together? This is so amazing. Okay, so, the King of Wands is all about being a leader, right? But it's not about being bossy or controlling. It's about inspiring others to be their best selves. It's about leading by example and showing the world what's possible. So, in your career, This could mean taking on a leadership role, mentoring others, or starting your own business. It's about being confident in your abilities and sharing your expertise with the world. People are waiting for someone like you. Or, like in your relationships, this could mean being a supportive and encouraging partner, friend, or family member. It's about creating a space where others feel safe to be themselves and pursue their dreams. It is about creating a space where people feel comfortable. And like in your community, this could mean getting involved in a cause you care about, volunteering your time, or speaking out on issues that matter to you. It's about using your voice to make a positive impact on the world. Be a light for others. You're absolutely being called to step up and be a leader, to use your passion and your energy to make a difference. But like the King of Wands isn't just about leading others, it's also about leading yourself. It's about having the self-discipline to stay focused on your goals, the courage to take risks, and the resilience to bounce back from setbacks. It's about being your own biggest cheerleader and believing in yourself, even when things get tough. If you don't believe in you, why should anyone else? So, like, what does this look like in practice? How can you actually embody the energy of the King of Wands in your daily life? Well, like first, it's about identifying your passions. What are you truly excited about? What makes you feel alive and inspired? What are the things that you could talk about for hours and hours? These are your clues. Once you know what you're passionate about, you can start to focus your energy on those things. This is where the fun begins. Then, it's about setting goals. What do you want to achieve? What kind of life do you want to create? Get really clear about your vision and then break it down into smaller, more manageable steps. Without a vision, people perish. But if you write the vision and make it plain, it'll come to pass. And then it's about taking action. Don't just sit around waiting for things to happen. Get out there and make them happen. Take risks, try new things, and don't be afraid to fail. Failure is just a learning experience. It's a chance to grow and become even stronger. Remember the tower? Then, it's about being confident. Believe in yourself, even when you doubt yourself. Know that you have the skills, the talents, and the abilities to achieve anything you set your mind to. You have everything you need. And then, it's about being resilient. Life is going to throw you curveballs. You're going to face challenges and setbacks, but don't let those things discourage you. Get back up, dust yourself off, and keep moving forward. If you fall 7 times, get up 8. And then, most importantly, it's about being yourself. Don't try to be someone you're not. Embrace your uniqueness, your quirks, and your imperfections. The world needs your authentic self. No one can be you better than you can. Okay, so, remember the Aventurine heart. It's all about clarifying, right? The King of Wands is about taking that clarity and turning it into action. It's about using your intuition to guide you on your path and to make decisions that are aligned with your highest good. The Aventurine heart is helping you to stay focused on your goals and to avoid distractions. Remember that original goal. It's also helping you to see the opportunities that are all around you. Opportunities are everywhere. It's like the Aventurine is shining a light on your path, making it easier for you to see where you're going. And like, the blossoming path theme is really coming full circle here, right? The King of Wands represents the full bloom. It's like you've planted the seeds, you've nurtured them, and now you're finally seeing the fruits of your labor. You're reaping what you've sowed. You are stepping into your power and creating a life that is filled with passion, purpose, and joy. You are here, you are doing it. You are amazing. So, what does this all mean for you right now? What are you being called to take action on? What passions are you being called to pursue? What leadership roles are you being called to step into? How can you embody the energy of the King of Wands in your daily life? Take action, embrace your power, and inspire others. What are you waiting for? The world is waiting for you and your gifts. You have so much to offer. You are worthy. And the thing is, this is just the beginning. This is just the start of a new chapter in your life. There are so many amazing things waiting for you just around the corner. Keep moving forward, keep growing, and keep shining your light. The best is yet to come. You can do it. Seriously, I am so excited for you. This is such a powerful and empowering reading, and I just know that you're going to do amazing things with it. I feel like the King of Wands is pushing you into greatness. You are equipped, you are ready, and you are supported. Just trust yourself, follow your heart, and know that you are always being guided towards your highest good. This is really your time to shine. Be the king or queen of your own wands and just own it. Yes, now go out there and be amazing. All right, my friend, let's dive into this reading, because oh my gosh, it's already looking so interesting. You chose the clear quartz pyramid, which is all about harmonizing and reflecting light, and your theme is reflecting light, inner alignment found. So it's all about finding that inner peace and clarity. Like seeing things as they truly are, right? So with these cards, I feel like, wow, there's a journey here. Like a real deep dive into your own self. Okay, are you ready? So first up, we have the Hermit. Now the Hermit is all about introspection, going within, solitude. It's like you've been feeling this pull to disconnect from the outside world and really just look at yourself. And this isn't necessarily a bad thing, even if it feels lonely sometimes. I feel like you are someone who recharges in solitude. You need that alone time, or you're just not yourself. Maybe you've been feeling overwhelmed by everything that's going on around you, and the only way to cope is to just retreat into your own little cave, Like put up the do not disturb sign and just binge watch your favorite show or read a book or whatever it is that helps you escape. Or maybe you've been feeling like you need some serious soul searching. Like you're at a crossroads in your life and you need to figure out what direction you want to go in. And the only way to do that is to get away from all the distractions and really listen to your inner voice. I also feel like there's a strong spiritual component to this. The Hermit is often associated with spiritual awakening and enlightenment. Maybe you've been feeling drawn to meditation or yoga or some other spiritual practice. Or maybe you've just been feeling more connected to something bigger than yourself. Like you're starting to see the bigger picture, And that can be really powerful and transformative. But okay, here's the thing about the Hermit. Sometimes, it can also indicate isolation, and I'm also seeing some of that here. It could be that you've been feeling lonely or disconnected from others. Like you're surrounded by people, but you still feel like nobody really gets you. Or maybe you've been pushing people away because you're afraid of getting hurt. And that's understandable, but it's also important to remember that we're all social creatures, and we need connection. Maybe you've been so focused on your own problems that you've forgotten to reach out to your friends and family. Or maybe you've been judging yourself too harshly, and that's making it hard for you to connect with others. Like, you're afraid that they'll see your flaws and reject you. But the truth is, everyone has flaws, and the people who really care about you will love you for who you are, imperfections and all, The Hermit can also represent wisdom gained through experience. It's like you've been through a lot in your life, and you've learned some valuable lessons along the way. And now you're ready to share that wisdom with others. Maybe you're a mentor to someone, or maybe you're just a good listener who offers advice when people need it. Either way, you have a lot to offer the world. I feel like, you just have a way of seeing things that other people don't. Okay, so the Hermit is all about going within, seeking wisdom, and sometimes feeling isolated. And, it's important to remember that this is just one card in the reading. It doesn't define your entire situation, but I do think it's a really important piece of the puzzle. It's like you're being called to take some time for yourself and really figure out what you want in life. What truly matters to you? It's such an important question, and it requires space to discover the answer. Now, the next card we have is the Eight of Swords. Oh boy, this one is, well, it can be a little intense. It's all about feeling trapped, restricted, and powerless. It's like you're in a situation where you feel like you have no control, and that can be really frustrating and scary. It could be that you're in a job that you hate, but you feel like you can't leave because you need the money. Or maybe you're in a relationship that's not working, but you're afraid to end it because you don't want to be alone. Like, you feel stuck. Totally stuck. Or maybe it's not an external situation that's trapping you. Maybe it's your own thoughts and beliefs. The Eight of Swords often represents limiting beliefs that are holding you back. Like, you have these ideas about yourself and the world that are keeping you from living your best life. Maybe you believe that you're not good enough, or that you don't deserve happiness, or that you're not capable of achieving your dreams. And these beliefs are like invisible chains that are binding you, preventing you from moving forward. It's like your own mind is the prison and you're the warden and the prisoner, And what's so tricky about the Eight of Swords is that often the restrictions are self-imposed. Like, you're the one who's putting these limitations on yourself, even if you don't realize it. It's like you're wearing a blindfold and you can't see that the way out is right in front of you. You just have to take off the blindfold and look around. I just think that's so powerful, right? The swords themselves represent thoughts, so this card can also indicate anxiety and worry. Maybe you've been feeling really stressed out lately, and your mind is racing with negative thoughts. You're constantly thinking about the worst-case scenario, and that's making it hard for you to relax and enjoy life. Like, you're trapped in a cycle of worry. It's like your mind is a hamster wheel, and you can't get off. I feel like there's also a sense of victimhood here. It's like you're feeling sorry for yourself, and you're blaming other people for your problems. And while it's true that other people may have hurt you in the past, it's important to remember that you have the power to change your own life. You can't control what other people do, but you can control how you respond to it. You can choose to be a victim, or you can choose to be a survivor. The Eight of Swords can also indicate a lack of clarity. Maybe you're feeling confused about what to do, and you don't know which way to turn. It's like you're lost in a maze, and you can't find your way out. And that can be really overwhelming and frustrating. But the good news is that clarity will come. You just have to be patient and trust that you'll eventually find your way. And remember that clear quartz energy we talked about. Maybe this is the moment to tap into that harmonizing energy. To reflect on what's truly holding you back and start to gently, compassionately dismantle those barriers, you know? It won't be easy, but it's definitely possible. This card isn't saying you're doomed. No way. Okay, so the Eight of Swords is all about feeling trapped, restricted, and powerless. It's about limiting beliefs, anxiety, and a lack of clarity. But it's also about the potential to break free from those limitations and find your own power. And the key to doing that is to change your thoughts and beliefs, to challenge those negative thoughts that are holding you back and replace them with positive, empowering ones. And that takes work, but I know you can do it. The thing is, this card often comes up when you're on the verge of a breakthrough. Like you're so close to finding the answer, but you just can't quite see it yet. But don't give up. Keep searching, keep questioning, and keep believing in yourself. The answer is there, and you will find it, I just know it. This card doesn't scare me, it's like the last hurdle before you can run free, you know? The swords are there, but they aren't real. And that brings us to our last card, the Devil. Ooh, this is where things get really interesting. The Devil card is often misunderstood. People see it, and they immediately think it's about evil or negativity or something like that. But that's not really what it's about. At its core, the Devil is about attachment, addiction, and unhealthy patterns. It represents the things that we cling to, even when they're not good for us. It could be a toxic relationship, a bad habit, or a limiting belief. It's anything that's holding you back from living your full potential, anything that is taking you away from that inner alignment we're talking about with the clear quartz. It's like you're chained to something that's not serving you, and you can't break free. And the chains might feel comfortable, even familiar, but they're ultimately keeping you from growing and evolving. I feel like this could be a codependent relationship, maybe, or an addiction to work, or even just negative self-talk. The Devil card can also represent materialism and greed. It's about being overly focused on acquiring possessions and status, and forgetting about the things that truly matter in life, you know? Like love, connection, and purpose. It's like you're chasing after something that will never truly satisfy you, and you're sacrificing your happiness in the process. I feel like there's also a strong element of temptation here. The Devil is all about giving in to your desires, even when you know you shouldn't. It's about indulging in things that are pleasurable in the moment, but ultimately harmful in the long run. Like eating junk food when you're trying to lose weight, or spending money you don't have, or engaging in risky behaviors. But here's the thing. The Devil card isn't necessarily about being bad. It's about being human. We all have our flaws and weaknesses, and we all make mistakes. The key is to recognize those patterns and to actively choose to do what's best for ourselves. Like, to break free from those chains and to live a more authentic and fulfilling life. I also feel like there's a message here about taking responsibility for your own actions. The Devil card can sometimes indicate that you're blaming other people for your problems instead of taking ownership of your own choices. It's like you're playing the victim and you're refusing to acknowledge your own role in the situation. And that's not going to get you anywhere. The Devil is kinda a wake-up call to stop that behavior. The Devil can also represent repressed emotions. Maybe you've been burying your feelings for a long time and they're finally starting to surface. And that can be really scary and uncomfortable. But it's important to remember that emotions are just energy and they need to be expressed. If you try to suppress them, they'll just come back stronger. This card can also be about power. Maybe you feel like you're powerless in your life, and that's leading you to make unhealthy choices. You might be trying to compensate for that lack of control by indulging in things that give you a temporary sense of power, like food, drugs, or sex. But those things are just band-aids, and they're not going to solve the underlying problem. Okay, so the Devil card is all about attachment, addiction, unhealthy patterns, materialism, temptation, and repressed emotions. It's about the things that are holding you back from living your full potential. But it's also about the power to break free from those chains and to live a more authentic and fulfilling life. And the key to doing that is to recognize those patterns, to take responsibility for your own actions, and to express your emotions in a healthy way. This card shows up when you're ready to release what's binding you. And, it all comes back to that clear quartz energy. It's about harmonizing all these different aspects of yourself, even the parts you don't like. It's about reflecting light on your shadow side and accepting it as part of who you are. It's about finding inner alignment, even when things feel chaotic and challenging. And remember, you're not alone in this journey. We all have our own devils to face. The trick is not to let them define us, but to use them as opportunities for growth and transformation. Wow, okay, that was a lot. I'm excited to pull more cards to see how this all plays out. Okay, my friend, are you ready for this? Because this next card, the High Priestess, oh my gosh, this is so good. This is all about intuition, secrets, and really tapping into your inner knowing. It's like, after all that stuff with the Hermit and going inward, and then feeling so trapped with the Eight of Swords, and then dealing with those sticky attachments from the Devil, the High Priestess is like, okay, time to listen to your gut. Time to really trust what you feel deep down, I feel like, with the Hermit, you were already kind of going into that introspective space, but maybe you were more in your head about it. Like, analyzing everything, trying to figure things out logically. But the High Priestess is saying, no, it's not about logic right now. It's about feeling. It's about trusting your intuition, even if it doesn't make sense. And with the Eight of Swords, that feeling of being trapped, I wonder if part of that is because you're not listening to your intuition. Like, maybe your gut is telling you something, but you're ignoring it because it's scary or because it goes against what you think you should do. Oh, that's so interesting, right? And then with the Devil. Oh my gosh, are you ignoring your intuition when it comes to those unhealthy attachments? Like, do you know deep down that something isn't good for you, but you're still clinging to it anyway? Because that's what the Devil is all about, right? It's about those things we know aren't serving us, but we just can't seem to let go. And maybe the High Priestess is here to say, hey, it's time to listen to that inner voice that's been telling you to break free. It's time to trust yourself enough to walk away from what's not working. Okay, so, deep emotional truth revealed. Oh, this is so good. I feel like there's something you're not being completely honest with yourself about. Something you're kind of hiding from yourself, maybe? It could be a feeling, a desire, a fear. Something that's buried deep down and you're afraid to look at it. It could even be that you're minimizing the seriousness of your situation and saying it's not as bad as it really is. And the High Priestess is all about bringing those hidden things to light. She's like the keeper of secrets, but she's also the revealer of truths, So I feel like this card is a call to really get honest with yourself. To stop pretending that everything is okay when it's not. To stop ignoring those red flags and start paying attention to what your intuition is telling you. Okay, but what is that deep emotional truth? Well, it could be a lot of things, right? Maybe it's about a relationship. Maybe you know that your partner isn't right for you, but you're staying in the relationship because you're afraid of being alone. Or maybe you're secretly attracted to someone else, but you're afraid to admit it, even to yourself. Or maybe you feel like you don't deserve to be happy. Or maybe it's about your career. Maybe you hate your job, but you're staying there because you're afraid of taking a risk and pursuing your dreams. Or maybe you're secretly sabotaging your own success because you're afraid of failure. Okay, this is getting good. Or maybe it's about your personal growth. Maybe you know that you need to change something about yourself, but you're resisting it because it's too hard or too scary. Or maybe you're secretly clinging to old patterns and beliefs that are no longer serving you. Like you're being stubborn and refusing to evolve, even if it means remaining unhappy. Okay, so the High Priestess also has a shadow side, right? It's not all sunshine and rainbows. Sometimes, it can represent secrets that are being kept from you. Like there's something you don't know, and it's affecting your situation. Or it could be that you're being deceived in some way. Someone is hiding something from you, and it's preventing you from seeing the truth. Oh my gosh, that's so intense. I think your inner circle is involved in what you're going through right now. Or, on the flip side, it could be that you're the one keeping secrets. Maybe you're not being honest with the people in your life, or maybe you're hiding something about yourself. And that could be creating a sense of isolation and disconnection, which would totally tie into the Hermit, right? This is why I love tarot. But here's the thing. The High Priestess isn't about judgment. It's not about saying that you're bad or wrong for keeping secrets or for not being honest with yourself. It's about understanding why you're doing it. What are you afraid of? What are you trying to protect? And once you understand that, you can start to heal and to move forward. Okay, so remember that clear quartz pyramid we talked about at the beginning. That's all about harmonizing and reflecting light, right? So the High Priestess is like, okay, time to harmonize your intuition and your logic. Time to bring those hidden things to light and to see them for what they really are. It's about finding that inner alignment, even when things feel confusing or scary. I feel like the clear quartz is here to help you trust your intuition. To help you see through the illusions and the deceptions and to connect with your inner wisdom. It's like you already have all the answers you need within you. You just have to learn how to listen. And the clear quartz can help you with that. It's amplifying that inner voice, making it easier to hear. You can almost hear it ringing, right? This is like a superpower you didn't even know you had, you know? I also feel like the clear quartz is helping you to be more compassionate with yourself. To not judge yourself so harshly for your flaws and weaknesses. To accept yourself for who you are, imperfections and all. Because that's what true harmony is all about, right? It's about embracing all aspects of yourself, even the parts you don't like. And the High Priestess is saying, hey, those flaws might actually be your strengths. They might be the very things that make you unique and special. Okay, so let's bring this back down to earth, right? What does this all mean in practical terms? Well, in terms of relationships, it could mean that it's time to have an honest conversation with your partner. To express your needs and desires, even if it's scary. Or it could mean that it's time to walk away from a relationship that's no longer serving you, even if it's painful. I feel like there is an element of fear that's preventing you from moving forward. In terms of your career, it could mean that it's time to pursue your passions, even if it means taking a risk. Or it could mean that it's time to set boundaries at work and to stop letting people take advantage of you. You have to honor your worth. And in terms of your personal growth, it could mean that it's time to confront your fears and to heal your wounds. Or it could mean that it's time to embrace your shadow side and to accept yourself for who you are. It's about finding that inner peace, that inner alignment that we talked about at the beginning. It means forgiving yourself for your mistakes, not dwelling in what could have been, and looking forward to what you'll accomplish next. I feel like this is such a powerful card, you know. It's all about trusting yourself, being honest with yourself, and finding your inner truth. And I know you can do it. You have the strength, the wisdom, and the intuition to overcome any challenge that comes your way. I truly feel like you're at a crossroads in your life, and you're ready to make some big changes, but it's scary, and you don't know if you're doing the right thing. It's all about tuning in. So, okay, what's next? I'm so excited to see what the next cards reveal because I feel like this is just the beginning of a really big transformation for you. I can't wait to pull the next card. This is so good. Okay, so the Wheel of Fortune. Like I said, this is about cycles, destiny, luck, right? It's such a big card, you know? It's one of the major arcana cards, so it always signifies a pretty significant turning point. You know, so right after the High Priestess. Wow, this is saying something, right? I feel like the High Priestess was all about accessing your inner wisdom and uncovering hidden truths. And now we get the Wheel of Fortune. It's like the universe is saying, okay, you've done the inner work, now get ready for some external changes. Or maybe the universe is saying, okay, you're tapping into this intuition. Now watch how things shift. But the thing about the Wheel of Fortune is that it's not always about good luck, you know? It's about the cycle of life, which means that ups are gonna be followed by downs, and vice versa. It's about accepting that everything is in constant motion and learning to roll with the punches, you know? So with the Eight of Swords. Were things so stuck that the universe is swooping in to unstick them? Is this change welcome or unwelcome? I feel like this card is showing up to say that things are about to change, whether you're ready for it or not. And it's important to remember that you don't always have control over what happens to you, but you do have control over how you respond to it. You know. And how does this relate to the devil? Oh my gosh, maybe the Wheel of Fortune is bringing an end to those unhealthy attachments. Like, maybe the universe is stepping in and saying, okay, enough is enough. It's time to break free from those chains. Or maybe it's the other way around. Maybe the Wheel of Fortune is highlighting those attachments so you can clearly see them for what they are and finally choose to release them. I think you're meant to ride this wave. Okay, so what kind of changes are we talking about here? Well, like with the High Priestess, it could be a lot of different things. In terms of relationships, maybe the Wheel of Fortune is bringing a new person into your life. Someone who's going to shake things up and challenge you in a good way. Or maybe it's bringing an end to a relationship that's no longer serving you. It could be a breakup, or it could just be a shift in the dynamic of the relationship. A fundamental change. Or if you're already in a relationship, maybe it is bringing you and your partner closer together. Like maybe you and your partner will reach new heights. But also, I feel like there is a chance the wheel will bring you to a past love or relationship again. I feel like you could be at a point where you're able to choose to move forward in a really healthy way, or you could be at a point where you repeat the same patterns. Or this could be more about your relationship with yourself, right? Are you being asked to see yourself in a new way? To change the way you view yourself, your capabilities? In terms of career, maybe the Wheel of Fortune is bringing a new job opportunity. Something that's going to be more fulfilling and aligned with your values. Or maybe it's bringing an end to a job that you hate. It could be a layoff, or it could just be a feeling of being called to do something different. Is this the universe's way of intervening in your career? Okay, but what if you're unemployed and looking for a job? Then that wheel is really about to turn. This card could be a wonderful sign that a big change in your life is coming in a way that is going to set you on the right course again. Or maybe it's about finally taking that leap of faith and starting your own business. What if it's time to take your life into your own hands and trust that you're meant to make a difference in the world? And in terms of personal growth, maybe the Wheel of Fortune is bringing a new perspective, a new understanding of yourself and the world around you. Or maybe it's bringing a challenge that's going to force you to grow and evolve. I feel like you're learning something brand new about yourself. This could be really interesting. What if the turning of this wheel comes with a huge lesson about trusting your intuition? The High Priestess can really indicate that you know what the right path is, but the wheel is going to force you to either use that skill or lose that skill. Okay, so remember that clear quartz pyramid. It's all about harmonizing and reflecting light. So, how does the Wheel of Fortune fit into that? Well, I feel like the clear quartz is helping you to see the bigger picture. To understand that everything happens for a reason and that even the difficult times are part of your journey. It's helping you to trust that the universe has a plan for you, even when you can't see it. This is very, very interesting when we're also talking about the High Priestess. I feel like the clear quartz is also helping you to stay grounded during this time of change. To not get too caught up in the ups and downs of the Wheel of Fortune, but to remain centered and focused on your inner alignment. Maybe that inner alignment is a place of safety and peace. It's like the clear quartz is saying, okay, things are going to be changing, but you don't have to freak out. You can handle this. Just stay connected to your inner wisdom and trust that everything is going to be okay. Oh my gosh, I just got chills. Okay, but what about the shadow side of the Wheel of Fortune? Because every card has a shadow side, right? Sometimes, the Wheel of Fortune can represent feeling out of control, like you're being swept away by forces beyond your control. And that can be really scary. I think you need to remember the Hermit here. Go back to that inner world. It could be that you're resisting the changes that are happening in your life. You're clinging to the past and trying to hold on to what's familiar. And that's understandable, but it's also important to remember that change is inevitable. If you resist it, you're just going to make things harder for yourself. Or maybe you're blaming your problems on bad luck. You're feeling like you're a victim of circumstance and that you have no power to change your situation. And that's a really disempowering way to live, you know. I think it's really important to remember the Eight of Swords when you think about this. Are the chains real? The Wheel of Fortune is about surrendering to the flow of life. It's about trusting that everything is happening for your highest good, even when it doesn't feel like it. And it's about taking responsibility for your own choices and actions, even when things are out of your control. Also, consider that the Hermit at its worst is stubborn. The Devil at its worst is chained to bad habits. And the High Priestess at her worst is secretive, manipulative, and deceptive. It's possible that some of the negative elements of these cards are what you're in for. Okay, this is just my initial read, but I feel like this card is a huge sign of hope. This means things are changing, things are shifting, and you are being given an opportunity to grow and evolve in ways you never thought possible. But it also means you have to be willing to let go of control and trust the process. So, wow, with all of that said, I am so curious to see what the final card is. Because I feel like this is just setting the stage for something really big. What is the universe trying to show you? This reading is getting so good. Okay. So, the Knight of Pentacles. Oh my gosh, this is so interesting after the Wheel of Fortune, you know? Because the Wheel of Fortune is all about big, sweeping changes, things happening quickly, destiny and all that. And then we get the Knight of Pentacles, who is slow and steady wins the race. He is so grounded, so practical, so reliable. He's the guy you can always count on to get the job done, you know? But it also feels kind of like he gets no credit for getting the job done because it's just so boring and yeah, that's what he does. So it's almost like the universe is saying, okay, things are changing, but don't get carried away. Don't just go flying off the handle. You need to stay grounded, you need to be practical, you need to focus on the details. It's like a little bit of a reality check, you know? But also, I wonder if it's saying that the changes are going to be more gradual than you think. Maybe you're expecting everything to happen overnight, but the Knight of Pentacles is no, this is going to take time. You need to be patient, you need to be persistent, and you need to work hard. Okay, but what about the deep emotional truth thing? Oh, this is so good. I feel like maybe the Knight of Pentacles is about facing the practical realities of your emotions. It's not enough to just feel things, you know? You also have to take action. You have to do the work. Maybe you're realizing that you need to make some changes in your life, but you're not sure where to start. The Knight of Pentacles is saying, okay, start small. Start with one thing. What's one practical step you can take today to move closer to your goals? Or maybe you're realizing that you need to set some boundaries in your relationships, but you're afraid of hurting people's feelings. The Knight of Pentacles is saying, okay, be gentle, but be firm. You can be kind and still stand up for yourself. I feel like there's a really strong message here about responsibility. Taking responsibility for your own life, your own emotions, your own actions. It's not about blaming other people or making excuses. It's about stepping up and saying, okay, I'm in charge here, I can do this. You know, but how does this tie in with the other cards? Okay, so, with the Hermit, maybe the Knight of Pentacles is about bringing your insights and wisdom out into the world. You've spent all this time going inward and figuring things out, and now it's time to put those lessons into practice. It's about taking that solitude and being ready to implement the things you've discovered about yourself. It's really about that inner alignment becoming something you can hold on to. I feel like there's something that's being made real here. and with the Eight of Swords. Oh my gosh, maybe the Knight of Pentacles is about breaking free from those limiting beliefs by taking practical action. Like, you're not just sitting around feeling trapped, you're actually doing something to change your situation. It's that idea that even small steps matter. You know, it's like you're slowly but surely chipping away at those chains, one step at a time. With the Devil, maybe the Knight of Pentacles is about breaking free from those unhealthy attachments by creating healthy habits. It's about replacing those bad habits with good ones, one day at a time. It's really about trading that immediate gratification for long-term wellness and happiness, which can feel hard. I feel like you could be giving up on your health or on your goals because you can't see them in the immediate future. And with the High Priestess, maybe the Knight of Pentacles is about trusting your intuition and then taking practical steps to follow it. It's about not just listening to your gut, but also acting on it. To really let that guide you and to trust that the road ahead is there for you. It's like you can feel the road being paved, but you still have to walk it yourself, you know? So, there's that element of responsibility that is present in the Knight of Pentacles. I also feel like this card is asking you to be really honest with yourself about your resources. Like, what do you have to work with? What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What kind of support do you have? It's about being realistic about what you can and can't do, and then making a plan based on that. Okay, so what about the shadow side of the Knight of Pentacles? Because every card has a shadow side, right? Sometimes the Knight of Pentacles can be a little bit boring. He can get so caught up in the details that he loses sight of the bigger picture. He can become rigid and inflexible, unwilling to try new things or take risks. He can also be a bit of a workaholic, neglecting his relationships and his own well-being in pursuit of his goals. The Devil card can really start to come into play. Here, what are you sacrificing for your goals? What's the point if you don't have anyone to enjoy it with? Or maybe you're using this practical mindset as an excuse to stay stuck. Like you're saying, oh, I can't do that because it's not practical, when really you're just afraid to step outside of your comfort zone. You know, maybe you're being too cautious. Maybe you're being too risk-averse. Maybe you're letting fear hold you back from pursuing your dreams. I feel like there's a need for the Wheel of Fortune to balance out the Knight of Pentacles here. The Wheel of Fortune is saying, okay, be open to new possibilities. Be willing to take risks. Don't get so bogged down in the details that you miss out on the big picture. You know. If the High Priestess is about intuition, what is your gut telling you here? Are you following it, or are you just stuck? It's like the High Priestess and the Knight of Pentacles are at odds. Okay, so, bringing this back to the clear quartz pyramid. It's all about harmonizing and reflecting light, right? So, how does the Knight of Pentacles fit into that? Well, I feel like the clear quartz is helping you to find the balance between practicality and intuition. To not get so caught up in the details that you lose sight of your dreams, but also to not get so lost in your dreams that you forget to take practical action. It's about finding that middle ground, that sweet spot where you can be both grounded and inspired. The clear quartz is really about being able to reflect on your situation and find the best path. I also feel like the clear quartz is helping you to be patient with yourself, to understand that change takes time and that it's okay to not have all the answers right now. It's about trusting the process and knowing that you'll get there eventually. And to not dwell in the darkness of the Devil or the Hermit or the Eight of Swords. You have to let yourself feel the light of the clear quartz and to know that you're making progress. Okay, so what does this all mean in practical terms? Well, in terms of relationships, maybe it means taking practical steps to improve your relationship. Like, maybe it means going to therapy together, or maybe it just means setting aside some time each week to connect and communicate. It's about showing up for your partner and being present in the relationship. This also comes back to the Devil. What steps can you take away from the Devil and more towards the Knight of Pentacles? In terms of your career, maybe it means taking practical steps to advance your career. Like, maybe it means taking a class or getting a certification, or maybe it just means networking and building relationships. It's about putting in the work and showing your value. And in terms of your personal growth, maybe it means taking practical steps to improve your well-being. Like maybe it means exercising regularly, eating healthy, or meditating. It's about taking care of yourself and making your well-being a priority. But you have to take the time. You have to find the time. I feel like you may be struggling with that right now. I think, overall, this card is a reminder to stay grounded, be practical, and take responsibility for your own life. It's not about waiting for things to happen, it's about making things happen. You know, it's about being the Knight of Pentacles in your own life and creating the kind of life you want to live. But I'm still so curious about that final card. I feel like it's going to reveal what all this is leading up to. Is it going to be a culmination of all these energies, or is it going to be something completely unexpected? I can't wait to find out. I wonder if this is setting you up to make a huge decision. The pieces are all there. Now it's time to see what all this means. Okay, so, the Hierophant. Oh my goodness, this is just so interesting after everything we've already seen, you know? Because we've got the Hermit all about going your own way and disconnecting from the world. And then we've got the High Priestess totally trusting your intuition and just doing what feels right to you. And then the Wheel of Fortune shaking everything up, and then the Knight of Pentacles being all practical, and now we get the Hierophant and it's whoa, hold on a second. Let's pump the brakes a little bit, right? All of a sudden we are faced with tradition, institutions, and doing things the right way. What? It's like the universe is asking, okay, you've been exploring your own path, you've been trusting your intuition, you've been going through all these changes. But what about the rules? What about the established systems? What about what everyone else expects of you? Oh my gosh, I'm already feeling some tension here, aren't you? I wonder if this is about feeling pressure to conform to someone else's expectations, you know? Maybe you've been breaking free from those limitations of the Eight of Swords and those unhealthy attachments of the Devil. But now there's, this pressure from family or society or maybe even just yourself to fall back into line and do what you're supposed to do. What's the point of moving forward if you're just going to fall back into line? Okay, so what does the Hierophant even mean in this context? Well, at its core, the Hierophant is about learning from established systems. It's about seeking guidance from those who are more experienced or knowledgeable than you. It can represent education, religion, mentorship, or any kind of structured learning environment. It could be that you're being called to seek out a teacher or mentor who can help you on your path. Someone who can provide you with guidance and support as you navigate these changes. Or it could be that you're being asked to look at the traditions and beliefs that have shaped you, to examine them critically and decide which ones still resonate with you and which ones you need to let go of. Oh my gosh, maybe that's the deep emotional truth that's being revealed. Maybe it's about realizing that you've been blindly following traditions that no longer serve you. Or maybe that your intuition is screaming at you to change your path, but you're so concerned about what other people will think. I feel like this card is really challenging you to think about what you value. What's truly important to you? Is it conforming to societal expectations? Is it pleasing your family? Or is it living a life that's authentic to you? Also, I think you might be underestimating the support that is available to you. I know that the Hermit can represent being alone and lonely, but maybe it's time to find a group that you can really relate to. I'm not saying you have to let go of the past, but I think you need to find people who are on the same page as you. I think it's okay to let go of old friends. If you've outgrown them, you've outgrown them. It's okay. The Hierophant can also represent a desire for structure and stability. Maybe you've been feeling a little bit lost or overwhelmed by all the changes that have been happening, and you're craving some kind of routine or framework to help you feel more grounded. That also links back to the Knight of Pentacles. Are you searching for more earth energy? But here's the thing about the Hierophant. It can also be about blindly following rules and traditions without questioning them. It can represent being stuck in outdated systems and beliefs that are no longer relevant. It also kind of gives sheep mentality, you know. It can also represent feeling pressured to conform to societal expectations, even if those expectations don't align with your own values. Oh my gosh, this is where it gets really interesting. Maybe you're in a situation where you're feeling like you have to choose between your own happiness and what other people expect of you. Or maybe you're struggling to reconcile your personal beliefs with the teachings of a particular religion or institution. Or maybe you're struggling to figure out how to balance your desire for structure with your need for freedom and independence. What if the Wheel of Fortune is leading you out of the norm and the Hierophant is begging you to stay? Which path will you choose? I feel like this could also be about questioning authority. Like, maybe you've always been taught to respect your elders and to listen to those in positions of power. But now you're starting to realize that not everyone in authority has your best interests at heart. Maybe it's time to start thinking for yourself and to challenge the status quo. What if you're in a relationship and you feel pressured to get married or have kids, even though you're not sure if that's what you really want? Or maybe you're in a career that your parents always wanted for you, but it's not fulfilling you. Or maybe you're just feeling like you're living someone else's life instead of your own. Are you living your parents' dreams, or are you paving your own path? You really have to put yourself first. I'm so curious to know what you think about that. Okay, so let's talk about the shadow side of the Hierophant, because it's not all sunshine and rainbows, you know? Sometimes, the Hierophant can represent being dogmatic and inflexible. It's about being so attached to your own beliefs that you're unwilling to consider other perspectives. It can represent being judgmental and intolerant of those who are different from you. The High Priestess taught you to be compassionate to yourself, but you have to share it with others, too. It could be that you're so convinced that you're right that you're not even willing to listen to what other people have to say. Or maybe you're using your beliefs to justify your own prejudices and biases. Or maybe you're just so afraid of being wrong that you're clinging to your beliefs for dear life. The Eight of Swords can really be a reminder that the only thing keeping you in one place is yourself. You just have to move forward and take action. The Hierophant can also represent being overly concerned with appearances. Like, you're more worried about what other people think of you than about living authentically. You're more focused on following the rules than on doing what's right. Or maybe you're just trying to fit in and be accepted by a particular group, even if it means compromising your own values. What's the point of having all the material things in the world if you are not happy with who you are? I feel like this also can mean that someone might be trying to get you to conform in this situation. Like, someone might be manipulating your emotions to get you to go a certain direction. Think about your relationships. Do you feel pressured to follow along, or do you feel supported and loved? It sounds like a toxic relationship to me. This can really come into play with the Devil card. If you are in a codependent relationship, you might be manipulated and pressured to follow the rules. You might be too scared to leave. Oh my gosh, but what if it's the other way around? What if you are trying to force your beliefs onto other people? Are you being judgmental of those who don't share your values? Are you trying to control or manipulate people into doing what you want? It's really easy to fall into that trap. Okay, so let's bring this back to the clear quartz pyramid, which is all about harmonizing and reflecting light, right? So, how does the Hierophant fit into that? Well, I feel like the clear quartz is helping you to see the value in both tradition and innovation. To understand that there's wisdom to be gained from the past, but also that it's important to be open to new ideas and perspectives. It's helping you to find the balance between structure and freedom, to create a life that's both stable and fulfilling. It's also really about forgiving yourself when you stray from your goals. I feel like the clear quartz is also helping you to be more compassionate towards those who are different from you, to understand that everyone has their own path to walk and that it's not your job to judge them. It's about accepting people for who they are, even if you don't agree with their choices. You have to let people do what they want, and you need to respect their decisions, even if you wouldn't do the same. I feel like this can be really interesting when we look at that Wheel of Fortune card. You are being pushed in a certain direction, but you're still struggling with the right way to move forward. Can the Hierophant offer that right way, or are you just letting someone else lead you astray? Okay, so what does this all mean in practical terms? Well, in terms of relationships, it could mean having an honest conversation with your family about your values and beliefs, to explain to them why you're making the choices you're making, even if they don't understand. Or it could mean setting boundaries with people who are trying to control or manipulate you. In terms of your career, it could mean seeking out a mentor who can help you navigate the challenges of your field. Or it could mean challenging the status quo at your workplace and advocating for change. Are you trying to move up, or do you want to start your own thing? And in terms of your personal growth, it could mean exploring different spiritual traditions and finding one that resonates with you. Or it could mean questioning your own beliefs and being willing to change your mind. It's really about finding the balance between your intuition and the rules. Wow, okay, this has been a lot to unpack. It sounds like you are being pushed and pulled in a lot of different directions. The big question is, where are you going to land? I am so curious to see what the final card is going to be, because I feel like it's going to tie everything together and give you a clear direction. Is it going to be a card of action? Is it going to be a card of reflection? Is it going to be something completely unexpected? I can't wait to find out. Okay, my friend, are you ready for this final download? Because, oh my gosh, the Magician, this card is everything right now. Like, after all that soul-searching with the Hermit, after feeling so stuck with the Eight of Swords, after dealing with those tricky attachments of the Devil, after tapping into your intuition with the High Priestess, after the ups and downs of the Wheel of Fortune, after grounding yourself with the Knight of Pentacles, and after questioning the rules with the Hierophant. The Magician is here to say, okay, you've got all the tools you need. Now go out there and create your own reality. You know, this card is all about manifestation, willpower, resourcefulness, and taking action. It's about recognizing that you have the power to create the life you want, that you're not just a passive observer, but an active participant in your own destiny. It's like the universe has been giving you all these clues, all these lessons, and now it's time to put them into practice. Okay, but what does that even mean, right? Well, think about it this way. The Magician has all four elements at his disposal: earth, air, fire, and water. He's got the pentacles for practicality, the swords for intellect, the wands for passion, and the cups for emotion. He knows how to use all of these tools to create something amazing. And you have those same tools within you. You have the ability to be practical, intelligent, passionate, and emotional. And you can use those abilities to manifest your dreams. I just know it. Think of it like this. The Hermit gave you the wisdom, the Eight of Swords showed you the obstacles, the Devil revealed the attachments, the High Priestess unlocked your intuition, the Wheel of Fortune shook things up, the Knight of Pentacles grounded you, and the Hierophant made you question the rules. And now the Magician is saying, okay, you've learned all the lessons. Now go out there and create something new, right? So, how does this all connect? Well, let's start with the Hermit. You went within, you found your inner wisdom, and now you're ready to share that wisdom with the world. You're not just going to keep it to yourself, you're going to use it to help others, to inspire others, to make a difference in the world. And then the Eight of Swords. You broke free from those limiting beliefs, you realized that you're not trapped, and now you're ready to create a life without those limitations. You're not going to let fear hold you back anymore. You're going to step outside of your comfort zone and take risks, because you know that's where the magic happens. Oh my gosh, I love this so much for you. And the Devil. You're breaking free from those unhealthy attachments, you're releasing those toxic relationships, and now you're ready to create healthy, fulfilling connections. You're not going to settle for less than you deserve. You're going to surround yourself with people who love and support you, people who lift you up and inspire you to be your best self. And remember, this is all about your choices. And then the High Priestess. You're trusting your intuition, you're listening to your inner voice, and now you're ready to create a life that's aligned with your soul's purpose. You're not going to ignore those gut feelings anymore. You're going to trust that you know what's best for you, and you're going to follow that path, even if it's scary. I just know you have the strength to do this. And then the Wheel of Fortune. You're embracing the changes, you're surrendering to the flow of life, and now you're ready to create a life that's full of adventure and excitement. You're not going to resist the changes anymore. You're going to trust that everything is happening for your highest good, and you're going to embrace the opportunities that come your way. You're going to ride that wave. And then the Knight of Pentacles. You're staying grounded, you're being practical, and now you're ready to create a life that's stable and secure. You're not going to get carried away by your dreams. You're going to take practical steps to make them a reality. You're going to be patient, persistent, and hardworking. And you're going to see the results of your efforts. It's all about taking those small, consistent steps. And finally, the Hierophant. You're questioning the rules, you're challenging the status quo, and now you're ready to create a life that's authentic to you. You're not going to conform to societal expectations anymore. You're going to live your life on your own terms. You're going to be true to yourself, even if it means going against the grain. It's about finding your own path, not following someone else's. Okay, so what does this all mean in practical terms? Well, it could mean a lot of different things, right? In terms of relationships, it could mean taking the initiative to create the kind of relationship you want. It could mean expressing your needs and desires, setting boundaries, or even ending a relationship that's not working. It's about being proactive and taking control of your love life. You deserve to be happy, and you have the power to create that happiness. In terms of your career, it could mean pursuing your passions, starting your own business, or asking for a raise. It's about recognizing your worth and going after what you deserve. You have the skills, the talent, and the drive to succeed. You just have to believe in yourself and take the leap. And in terms of your personal growth, it could mean setting goals, creating a vision board, or starting a new hobby. It's about taking care of yourself and investing in your own well-being. You deserve to be happy, healthy, and fulfilled, and you have the power to create that life for yourself. But here's the thing, the magician isn't just about getting what you want. It's also about giving back to the world. It's about using your gifts and talents to make a positive impact. It's about being a force for good in the world. It's about leaving the world a little bit better than you found it. How amazing is that? Remember that clear quartz pyramid? It's all about harmonizing and reflecting light. So, how does the magician fit into that? Well, I feel like the clear quartz is helping you to focus your energy and intention, to clarify your goals, and to create a plan to achieve them. It's helping you to see the possibilities and to believe in your own potential. It's amplifying your manifestation power. I also feel like the clear quartz is helping you to stay balanced and grounded as you pursue your dreams, to not get too caught up in the excitement, and to remember to take care of yourself along the way. It's about harmonizing your energy and creating a life that's both fulfilling and sustainable. You can have it all. And remember, you're not alone in this journey. You have the support of the universe, the guidance of your intuition, and the love of your friends and family. You are surrounded by people who believe in you, who want to see you succeed. So don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it. Don't be afraid to lean on others. You are loved and supported. I believe in you. So, my friend, I want you to take a deep breath and really let this sink in. You are the magician. You have all the tools you need to create the life you want. You are powerful, resourceful, and capable. You are worthy of love, happiness, and success. You are a force to be reckoned with. I want you to go out there and create something amazing. I want you to shine your light and make a difference in the world. I want you to live your life to the fullest, because you deserve it. And remember, the clear quartz is always there to support you, to amplify your energy, to clarify your vision, and to help you manifest your dreams. Just hold it in your hand, close your eyes, and feel the power within you. You are the magician, and you are ready to create some magic. I'm so excited for you. Okay, so I think that's it for this reading. I hope it resonated with you and gave you some clarity and guidance. Remember to trust your intuition, to stay grounded, and to never give up on your dreams. You've got this. Alright, you guys who picked the Opal star, this is going to be so good. The Opal star is all about grounding, which is perfect because our theme is anchored dreams, stability takes root. So basically, we're looking at how you're building a really solid foundation for your dreams right now. Let's just dive right into these cards, okay? Because what I'm seeing here is just, wow. Okay, first up, we have death. Now, I know, a lot of people freak out when they see the death card, but honestly, it's like almost always a good thing. It's not about like physical death, okay? It's about transformation, endings, and making way for the new. And with the grounding energy of the Opal star, this isn't just any transformation, this is a grounded transformation. Like, you're not just changing for the sake of change, you're changing in a way that's going to make you so much more stable and secure in the long run. It's like shedding an old skin that no longer serves you, you know? Maybe it's a belief system, a relationship, a job, or just a way of being that you've outgrown. Whatever it is, the universe is like, okay, it's time to let this go so you can step into your full potential. Think of it like this. Imagine you're trying to build a house on a shaky foundation. It doesn't matter how beautiful the house is, it's going to crumble eventually, right? The death card is like, okay, we need to tear down that old foundation and build a new one, a stronger one. It might be painful in the moment, tearing things down always is, but in the end, you're going to have a house that can withstand anything. And that's what this is about, building a life that's truly stable and secure. You are letting go of things that no longer serve you in order to have a life that is stable and secure. Like, it's literally so incredibly amazing. It is so good. And the cool thing is, with the Opal star's grounding energy, you're not just floating around in the chaos of change. You're staying centered and connected to yourself throughout the process. You know what's really important to you, what your values are, and what you need to feel safe and secure. So, as you're letting go of the old, you're also actively building the new. Like, you're not just waiting for things to happen, you're consciously creating the life you want. This is about consciously creating the life you want, and it's literally going to be amazing. Now, let's move on to the World card. Oh my gosh, this is so exciting. The World is all about completion, wholeness, and achievement. It's like you've gone through a major cycle of growth and transformation, and now you're finally arriving at a place of fulfillment. You have achieved something. You've learned some very important lessons, and you're ready to share your gifts with the world. And again, with the Anchored Dreams theme, this isn't just any kind of completion. This is about achieving your dreams in a way that's sustainable and long-lasting. Like, you're not just having a fleeting moment of success, you're building something that's going to bring you joy and satisfaction for years to come. Think of the Death card as clearing out the old garden, and the World card as planting a beautiful new garden that's thriving and abundant. You've put in the work, you've nurtured the soil, and now you're reaping the rewards. And because you're grounded in your values and connected to your true self, this success feels authentic and meaningful. It's not just about external achievements, it's about feeling truly aligned with your purpose and living a life that's in harmony with your soul. It's about living a life that's in harmony with your soul. Like, that is actually so cool, and I am living for this reading. And the fact that the World card is right after the Death card is just so powerful. It's like a reminder that even in the midst of endings, there's always the potential for new beginnings. That every ending is really just a doorway to something even better. And that's such an important message, especially when you're going through a tough time. It's so incredibly important. It's so important to remember that. So the Death card cleared the path, and now the World card is showing you the incredible potential that lies ahead. It's also showing you the incredible potential that lies ahead, which is fabulous. Now, let's talk about the Five of Cups. Okay, so this card can be a little bit sad. It's about loss, disappointment, and regret. It's about focusing on what you've lost rather than what you still have. It's about dwelling on the past and feeling sorry for yourself. And I know, that sounds kind of harsh, but sometimes we all need a little bit of tough love, right? But here's the thing, even the Five of Cups has a valuable message to teach us. Because with the grounding energy of the Opal star, this isn't just about wallowing in sadness, it's about acknowledging your feelings, learning from your mistakes, and then moving on. It's about acknowledging your feelings and learning from your mistakes. See, in the card, there are 3 cups that have been spilled, but there are also 2 cups that are still standing. And the message is, don't focus on what you've lost, focus on what you still have. Focus on what you still have and not what you lost. It's like, yeah, you might have experienced some setbacks or disappointments, but that doesn't mean your life is over. You still have so much to be grateful for, so much to look forward to, and so much potential to create a beautiful future. You have so much to be grateful for, and that is what is so incredibly important. Think of it like this. Imagine you're baking a cake and you accidentally drop some of the batter on the floor. You could get all upset and throw the whole cake away, or you could just clean up the mess and keep baking. The Five of Cups is like, okay, you dropped some batter, it's not the end of the world. Just clean it up and keep going. It's about being resilient, adaptable, and resourceful. About being resilient, adaptable, and resourceful no matter what happens in your life. And the cool thing is, the Five of Cups can actually help you to appreciate the World card even more. Because when you've experienced loss and disappointment, you're that much more grateful for the good things in your life. You know what it's like to struggle, so you don't take your blessings for granted. You cherish every moment of joy and success, and you're inspired to share your abundance with others. You are literally inspired to share your abundance with others. So, yeah, the Five of Cups might bring up some difficult emotions, but it's also a reminder that you're strong, you're capable, and you're worthy of happiness. You are worthy of happiness. It's a reminder that even in the midst of sadness, there's always hope for a brighter future. Always, always, always hope for a brighter future, so keep that in mind. Keep that in mind because it is going to be useful for you to keep that in mind and for you to know that. So let's go into the next card, which will reveal a path forward for you. I am so excited. Okay, so let's see how this reveals a path forward for you. I am so excited because this is going to be so good, like literally. Oh my gosh, we have the Lovers card. Okay, so like duh, this is about love, right? But it's so much more than just like finding a boyfriend or girlfriend, okay? This is about partnerships, alignment, choices, and really, really, really deep connection. And with the Opal star being all about grounding and the theme being anchored dreams, stability takes root. This is about finding love that's actually going to last. Love that's going to bring you stability and support as you build your dreams. It's like you're not just looking for a fling, you're looking for a partner who's going to be your rock, someone who's going to help you create a really solid foundation for your future, which is fabulous. Okay, so first, let's talk about the romantic stuff, because, that's what everyone wants to know, right? If you're single, this could definitely be a sign that you're about to meet someone really special. Someone who's going to be a true soulmate connection. And with the Death card being about transformation, maybe you had to let go of some old relationships or patterns that weren't serving you in order to make space for this new person to come into your life. Like you had to clear out the old to make way for the new. And with the World card being about completion, maybe you've been working on yourself, healing old wounds, and becoming the best version of yourself, so that you're finally ready for a really healthy, fulfilling relationship. You are finally ready for a healthy, fulfilling relationship, which is fabulous for you. But here's the thing, okay? The Lovers card isn't just about finding someone else, it's also about choosing yourself. Like, are you choosing to love yourself? Are you choosing to prioritize your own needs and happiness? Because if you're not, it's going to be really hard to attract a partner who truly loves and appreciates you for who you are. You have to choose yourself first, and then the rest will follow. And if you're already in a relationship, this card could be a sign that you're ready to take things to the next level. Maybe it's time to move in together, get engaged, or start a family. Or maybe it's just time to deepen your connection and recommit to each other. It's time to deepen your connection and recommit to each other. But whatever it is, it's about making a conscious choice to be together and to create a life that's aligned with both of your values and dreams. It's about making a conscious choice, so keep that in mind. Now, let's zoom out a little bit, okay? Because the Lovers card isn't just about romantic love, it's about choices in general. And with the grounding energy of the Opal star, this is about making choices that are going to bring you long-term stability and security. Like, are you making choices that are aligned with your anchored dreams? Are you choosing a career path that's going to bring you both financial security and personal fulfillment? Are you choosing to live in a place that feels safe and supportive? Are you choosing to surround yourself with people who lift you up and inspire you? Are you making the right choices? It's about taking a really honest look at your life and seeing where you might be making choices that are sabotaging your own happiness and success. It's about taking a really honest look at your life, so be sure to keep that in mind, because that is so incredibly important. And with the Death card being about transformation, maybe you need to make some tough choices about letting go of things that are no longer serving you. Maybe it's a job that's draining your energy, a friendship that's toxic, or a belief system that's holding you back. Whatever it is, it's time to cut ties and move on. It's time to cut ties and move on to something new. Because you deserve to be happy, you deserve to be successful, and you deserve to live a life that's aligned with your true self. You deserve it all, so why not go get it, And with the World card being about completion, maybe you're ready to make a big decision that's going to bring you a sense of closure and fulfillment. Maybe it's finally finishing that degree, starting that business, or writing that book. Whatever it is, it's time to take action and bring your dreams to life. But here's the thing, okay? Making choices can be scary, especially when you're not sure if you're making the right one. But the Lover's card is a reminder that you always have a choice. You always have the power to create your own destiny. And even if you make a mistake, you can always learn from it and move on. You always have the power to create your own destiny. So, trust your intuition, listen to your heart, and make choices that feel good to you. Trust your intuition and listen to your heart, because that is what's going to lead you to where you need to be. And remember, the Opal star is all about grounding, so don't get caught up in the what-ifs and the maybes. Stay present, stay focused, and stay connected to your values. Stay connected to your values so you always know what's truly important to you. Okay, so let's talk about inner union, okay? Because the Lover's card isn't just about finding love outside of yourself, it's also about finding love within yourself. It's about accepting all parts of yourself, even the parts that you don't like. It's about embracing your flaws, your imperfections, and your quirks. It's about knowing that you are worthy of love just as you are. You are worthy of love just as you are. And with the grounding energy of the Opal star, this is about building a really solid foundation of self-love and self-acceptance. It's about knowing that you are enough, that you have everything you need inside of you to be happy and successful. And with the Death card being about transformation, maybe you need to let go of some old self-criticisms and negative beliefs about yourself. Maybe you need to forgive yourself for past mistakes and move on. Maybe you just need to start treating yourself with more kindness and compassion. Maybe you just need to treat yourself with compassion, because you deserve it, you really do. And with the World card being about completion, maybe you're ready to fully embrace your true self and share your gifts with the world. Maybe you're ready to step into your power and shine your light. Maybe you're ready to inspire others with your authenticity and vulnerability. Maybe you're ready to inspire others. But here's the thing, okay? Loving yourself can be hard, especially when you've been hurt in the past. But the Lover's card is a reminder that you are never alone. You always have your own inner guidance to turn to. You always have your own inner strength to draw upon. And even if you don't feel like you love yourself right now, you can always start by taking small steps. Start by doing something nice for yourself every day. Start by saying positive affirmations. Start by surrounding yourself with people who love and support you. Start by doing the things that make you feel good about yourself. Start by doing the things that make you feel good. And remember, the Opal star is all about grounding, so don't get discouraged if you have setbacks. Just keep coming back to your center, keep connecting with your values, and keep reminding yourself that you are worthy of love. Keep reminding yourself that you are worthy of love, because it is the truth. Okay, so let's connect this to the Five of Cups, because that card can be a little bit of a downer, right? But the Lover's card is a reminder that even after experiencing loss and disappointment, you can still find love and happiness. Even after experiencing loss and disappointment. It's about choosing to focus on the good things in your life, rather than dwelling on the bad. It's about choosing to forgive yourself and others for past mistakes. It's about choosing to believe that you deserve to be happy, even after everything you've been through. You deserve to be happy even after everything. And with the grounding energy of the Opal star, this is about healing from your past in a way that's going to make you stronger and more resilient in the long run. It's about learning from your mistakes, growing from your experiences, and building a really solid foundation of self-love and self-worth. It's about learning from your mistakes and growing from your experiences. And with the Death card being about transformation, maybe you need to let go of some old resentments and grudges in order to make space for new love and happiness to come into your life. Maybe you need to forgive the people who have hurt you in the past, not because they deserve it, but because you deserve to be free from the pain. You deserve to be free from the pain, and with the World card being about completion, maybe you're ready to finally let go of the past and move on to a brighter future. Maybe you're ready to embrace all the love and happiness that's waiting for you. Maybe you're ready to live your best life. Maybe you're ready to live your best life ever. But here's the thing, okay? healing takes time. It's not something that happens overnight. But the Lover's card is a reminder that you're not alone on this journey. You have the support of the universe, your spirit guides, and your loved ones. And you always have the power to choose love over fear, forgiveness over resentment, and happiness over sadness. You always have the power to choose. So, trust yourself, believe in yourself, and know that you are worthy of all the good things that life has to offer. Trust yourself, believe in yourself, and know that you are worthy. And remember, the Opal star is all about grounding, so don't get discouraged if you have setbacks. Just keep coming back to your center, keep connecting with your values, and keep reminding yourself that you are loved. Keep reminding yourself that you are loved because you truly, truly are. Okay, so, this is all so good, right? But what does it all mean for your path forward? Well, that's what we're going to find out with the next card. Get excited. Okay, so the next card is the Five of Swords. Oh boy, so this card can be a little intense, I'm not gonna lie. It's often associated with conflict, disagreements, and sometimes even feeling defeated. It's like you've been in a battle, maybe a verbal one, maybe a power struggle, and it feels like someone has won, but at what cost? You know, there's this sense of victory, but it's hollow. It's like you won the battle but lost the war, or maybe even lost a part of yourself in the process, you know? But here's the thing, okay. With the Opal star being all about grounding and stability, this isn't just about succumbing to conflict. This is about understanding the root of the conflict, learning from it, and finding a way to move forward with integrity. It is about finding a way to move forward with integrity, which is going to be so incredibly important. So, let's connect this to the previous cards, right? We started with death, which was all about transformation. So maybe this conflict is arising because you're in the midst of a major transformation. Maybe you're shedding old beliefs, old patterns, old relationships, and that's creating some friction with the people around you. Like, they're not used to the new you and they're pushing back, or maybe you're pushing back against them. Like, it is literally going to be like that. And then we had the world, which is all about completion and achievement. So maybe this conflict is arising because you're so close to achieving your goals and someone is trying to sabotage you, or maybe you're sabotaging yourself because you're afraid of success, which literally could happen. It's like you've worked so hard to get where you are, and now you're facing this last hurdle, this last challenge, and it's bringing up all sorts of insecurities and fears. And then we have the Lovers, which is all about choices and partnerships. So maybe this conflict is arising in a relationship, either romantic or platonic. Maybe you and your partner are disagreeing on something important, or maybe you're feeling like your values are no longer aligned. Maybe you and your partner are disagreeing on something important. Like, it is literally going to be like that, and it is so incredibly important for you to keep in mind. It could also be about a choice you have to make that has the potential to cause conflict with others. And with the grounding energy of the Opal star, it's about making those choices with intention and awareness. Okay, so let's dive into the shadow side of the Five of Swords, because, let's be real, this card can be pretty shady, okay? It can represent a win-at-all-costs mentality, where you're so focused on being right that you're willing to step on other people to get there. It can represent manipulation, deception, and a lack of empathy. It can represent manipulation and a lack of empathy, which literally is not good at all. Like, you're so caught up in your own ego that you're not even considering the impact of your actions on others. And sometimes, this card can even represent bullying, either being the bully or being the one who's being bullied. It is not fabulous at all. It's like someone is using their power to control and intimidate others, and it's creating a really toxic environment. And the worst part is, even if you win in these situations, you end up feeling empty and unfulfilled, you know? Because true victory doesn't come from dominating others, it comes from lifting them up. True victory doesn't come from dominating others. And if you're constantly engaging in these kinds of power struggles, it's a sign that you need to reevaluate your values and priorities. Like, what's really important to you? Is it being right or is it being kind? Is it winning or is it building genuine connections with others? Is it about being right or being kind? You know, you really gotta think about it. But here's the thing, okay. Even the Five of Swords has a positive side, because every card does, right? This card can also represent standing up for yourself, setting boundaries, and refusing to be taken advantage of. It can be a sign that you're finally finding your voice and speaking your truth, even if it's uncomfortable or unpopular. It can be a sign that you're finally finding your voice. It's like you've been pushed around for too long, and you're finally saying, enough is enough. You're drawing a line in the sand and saying, I'm not going to tolerate this anymore. And that can be a really empowering thing, especially if you've been feeling powerless for a long time. And with the grounding energy of the Opal star, this isn't about being aggressive or confrontational, it's about being assertive and clear. It's about communicating your needs and boundaries in a way that's respectful but firm. It is about communicating your needs. It's about knowing your worth and refusing to settle for anything less than you deserve. And sometimes, that means having difficult conversations, but it's worth it in the long run, because it's going to create more authentic and fulfilling relationships. It is going to create authentic and fulfilling relationships, so be sure to keep that in mind. And, sometimes conflict is necessary for growth. Sometimes you have to challenge the status quo in order to create change. Sometimes you have to stand up to injustice, even if it means making enemies. So, how does this play out in love and relationships, right? The Five of Swords can indicate disagreements, arguments, and power struggles. Maybe you and your partner are constantly bickering over small things, or maybe there's a deeper issue that's not being addressed. Maybe you and your partner are constantly bickering. It could be that one person is trying to control the other, or maybe there's a lack of trust and communication. And if you're single, this card could be a sign that you're attracting people who are competitive or manipulative. It is a sign that you're attracting people who are competitive or manipulative, so be sure to keep that in mind for yourself. Maybe you're getting into relationships where you're constantly fighting for attention or feeling like you're not good enough. So, the key here is to communicate openly and honestly with your partner and to set healthy boundaries. It is to communicate openly and honestly with your partner. Don't be afraid to speak your truth, but also be willing to listen to their perspective. And if you're constantly fighting, it might be time to seek professional help or to reevaluate the relationship altogether. Because sometimes, the most loving thing you can do is to walk away. Sometimes the most loving thing you can do is walk away, which is going to be so incredibly important. And what about career and finances, right? The Five of Swords can indicate conflicts at work, competition with colleagues, or feeling taken advantage of by your boss. Maybe you're disagreeing with your coworkers about a project, or maybe you're feeling like your ideas aren't being heard. Maybe you're disagreeing with your coworkers about a project. It could also be a sign that you're in a cutthroat environment where everyone is trying to climb the ladder at the expense of others. And financially, this card could indicate disputes over money, legal battles, or feeling like you're not being paid what you're worth. So, the key here is to stand up for yourself, but to do so in a professional and respectful manner. The key here is to stand up for yourself. Don't be afraid to negotiate for a raise or to voice your concerns to your boss, but also be willing to compromise and find solutions that work for everyone. And if you're in a toxic work environment, it might be time to start looking for a new job because your mental health is more important than any paycheck. Your mental health is more important than any paycheck. So, with all this in mind, what's the path forward, right? How do you navigate these conflicts and find a resolution? Well, that's what we're going to explore with the next card. Get ready for it. Okay, so where are we going from here after that Five of Swords, right? Oh my gosh, you guys, this is actually so good. So the next card is the Three of Wands. Okay, so after all that conflict, it is literally time to broaden your horizons because this card is literally fabulous. Now, this card is all about expansion, okay? It's about looking ahead, having a vision, and making plans for the future. It's like you've weathered the storm, you've learned your lessons, and now you're ready to take on the world, which I am literally so happy about for you. And with the Opal star being all about grounding, this isn't just about, Piantheschi dreams, okay? This is about building something real, something lasting, something that's actually going to come to fruition. It's all about building something real, and I am literally so excited about it. So, generally speaking, the Three of Wands is a really positive card, okay? It's a sign that you're on the right track, that you're moving forward with confidence and purpose. You are literally on the right track. It's about having a clear vision of what you want to achieve and taking the necessary steps to make it happen. And it's not just about you, okay? It's also about collaborating with others, building partnerships, and creating something that benefits everyone involved. It is also about collaborating with others, which is so important for you to keep in mind. Think of it like this: you're standing on a mountaintop, looking out at the vast landscape before you. You can see all the possibilities, all the opportunities, all the adventures that await you. You are going to see all the adventures that await you. And you're not just standing there admiring the view, okay? You're actively planning your journey, mapping out your route, and gathering the resources you need to succeed. You are literally gathering the resources you need to succeed, which is so incredibly fabulous. And the cool thing is, the Three of Wands is all about taking the long view. It's not about instant gratification or quick wins. It's about building a solid foundation for the future and creating something that's going to last for years to come. It's about building a solid foundation, so you should definitely keep that in mind. It's like you're planting a tree, knowing that it's going to take years for it to grow and bear fruit. But you're willing to put in the work now, because you know that the rewards will be worth it in the end. And again, with the Opal star's grounding energy, this isn't just about wishful thinking, okay? This is about taking practical steps to make your dreams a reality. It is about taking practical steps to make your dreams a reality. So, how does this connect to the previous cards, right? Okay, so we started with death, which was all about transformation. So maybe this Three of Wands is a sign that you're finally ready to embrace the new you, to step into your full potential, and to create a life that's aligned with your true self. You are ready to embrace the new you and create a life that's aligned with your true self. It's like you've shed your old skin, and now you're ready to spread your wings and fly. And then we had the World, which was all about completion and achievement. So maybe this Three of Wands is a sign that you're ready to share your gifts with the world, to make a difference in the lives of others, and to create a legacy that you can be proud of. To create a legacy that you can be proud of. And then we had the Lovers, which was all about choices and partnerships. So maybe this Three of Wands is a sign that you're ready to make some important decisions about your future, to choose a path that's aligned with your values and dreams, and to build relationships that are based on mutual respect and support. To build relationships that are based on mutual respect and support. It could literally be telling you to choose to have that kind of a life, because you deserve it. And after that Five of Swords, the conflict, maybe this Three of Wands is a sign that you're finally ready to move past the drama, to forgive those who have wronged you, and to focus on creating a more peaceful and harmonious life. To create a more peaceful and harmonious life. It's like you're finally realizing that conflict is a waste of energy, and that you'd rather spend your time building something beautiful and meaningful. You'd rather spend your time building something beautiful and meaningful. So, you are literally ready to move on and move forward. Okay, so how might this Three of Wands manifest in different areas of your life, right? Let's start with love and relationships, because that's what everyone wants to know, okay? If you're single, this could be a sign that you're about to meet someone who shares your vision for the future, someone who's ambitious, adventurous, and ready to take on the world with you. Someone who's ambitious, adventurous, and ready to take on the world with you. It could be a sign that you're going to meet someone who's going to sweep you off your feet and take you on a journey of a lifetime. But here's the thing, okay? This isn't just about finding someone who's exciting and fun. This is about finding someone who's also grounded, stable, and committed to building a long-lasting relationship with you. Someone who is committed to building a long-lasting relationship with you. And if you're already in a relationship, this card could be a sign that you're ready to take things to the next level. Maybe it's time to travel the world together, start a business together, or buy a house together. Or maybe it's just time to sit down and talk about your long-term goals and dreams, and to create a plan for how you're going to achieve them together. It is time to talk about your long-term goals and dreams with your partner. And the key here is communication, okay? Talk to each other, listen to each other, and support each other's dreams. Because the strongest relationships are the ones where both partners are working together to create a shared vision for the future. The strongest relationships are the ones where both partners are working together. Okay, so what about career and finances, right? The Three of Wands is a great card for entrepreneurs, business owners, and anyone who's looking to expand their horizons and take their career to the next level. It could be a sign that you're ready to launch a new product or service, to expand into new markets, or to hire new employees. It could be a sign that you're going to expand into new markets. It could also be a sign that you're ready to take on a leadership role, to mentor others, and to share your expertise with the world. And financially, this card is a sign of abundance and prosperity, okay? It's a sign that your hard work is paying off, and that you're on the right track to achieving your financial goals. But here's the thing, okay? This isn't just about making money for the sake of making money. This is about using your resources to create something that's meaningful and impactful, to support causes that you believe in, and to make a positive difference in the world. Using your resources to create something that's meaningful and impactful, which is fabulous. And what about personal growth, okay? The Three of Wands is a sign that you're ready to step outside of your comfort zone, to embrace new experiences, and to challenge yourself to grow and evolve. To embrace new experiences and to challenge yourself to grow and evolve. It could be a sign that you're going to travel to new places, learn new skills, or meet new people who will inspire you to see the world in a different way. It could also be a sign that you're ready to let go of old beliefs and patterns that are holding you back, and to embrace a new way of thinking and being that's more aligned with your true self. To embrace a new way of thinking and being. Okay, so what's the key takeaway here, right? The Three of Wands is all about vision, planning, and taking the long view. It's about having a clear sense of what you want to achieve, creating a plan for how you're going to get there, and then taking consistent action to make it happen. It's about having a clear sense of what you want to achieve. And with the Opal star being all about grounding, this isn't just about dreaming big, okay? This is about building a solid foundation for your dreams so that they can actually come to fruition. This is about building a solid foundation for your dreams. It's about staying focused, staying committed, and staying grounded in your values. It's about knowing what's truly important to you and refusing to compromise on those things. It's about knowing what's truly important to you. So, what's the next step on your journey, right? What's the final piece of the puzzle? Well, that's what we're going to find out with the next card, and I am literally so excited. Okay, so we've had quite the journey so far, right? With the Death card, you're shedding the old to make way for the new. The world showed you achieving something amazing and fulfilling. The Five of Cups was about acknowledging loss but focusing on what remains. The Lovers highlighted choices, especially in partnerships. Then the Five of Swords was all about the conflicts that can arise. And finally, the Three of Wands showed you're ready to expand your horizons. So after all of that, oh my gosh, you guys, the next card is going to bring it all together. The next card is the Two of Cups. Oh, this is so beautiful. Okay, so this card is all about relationships and partnerships and connection and deep, deep connection. But it's not just about surface level stuff. It's about soulmate level connections, you know? It's about finding someone who really gets you, someone who sees you for who you are and loves you anyway. And with the Opal star being all about grounding, this isn't just about a fleeting romance or a casual fling. This is about finding a love that's really going to last, a love that's going to bring you stability and security and grounding as you build your dreams, which is fabulous. Okay, so the Two of Cups generally is like harmony. It's about balance. It's about mutual respect and understanding. It's about two souls coming together and creating something beautiful. It's about yin and yang, you know? It's about finding someone who complements you perfectly, someone who fills in your gaps and makes you a better person. It is about finding someone who makes you a better person. And it's not just about romantic relationships, okay? This card can also represent close friendships, business partnerships, or even family connections. It's about finding people who you can really trust and rely on, people who are going to support you through thick and thin, which is incredibly amazing. So, how does this connect to the previous cards, right? That's what we need to figure out because it is super important. Okay, so we started with death, which was all about transformation. So maybe this Two of Cups is a sign that you're about to enter into a really transformative relationship. A relationship that's going to help you to grow and evolve in ways you never thought possible. A relationship that's going to help you to grow. Maybe you had to let go of some old relationships or patterns in order to make space for this new connection to come into your life. You needed to let go of the old to make space for the new. It's like you had to clear out the clutter in your heart so that you could make room for someone really special. And then we had the world, which was all about completion and achievement. So maybe this Two of Cups is a sign that you've finally achieved a sense of wholeness and completion within yourself, and that you're now ready to share that with someone else. You are ready to share that with someone else, which is fabulous. You've done the work to heal your wounds and to become the best version of yourself, and now you're ready to attract a partner who's just as evolved and self-aware as you are. Someone as evolved and self-aware as you are. You are seriously ready for that. And then we had the Lovers, which was all about choices and partnerships. So maybe this Two of Cups is a confirmation that you've made the right choice in your relationship, that you're with someone who truly loves and supports you. Maybe this is a sign that you're on the right track and things will get better. Or maybe it's a sign that you need to make a choice to deepen your connection with your partner, to commit to each other on a deeper level. You need to commit to each other on a deeper level. And then, after the Five of Swords, with all that conflict, maybe this Two of Cups is a sign that you're ready to heal the wounds in your relationships, to forgive those who have hurt you, and to move forward with a sense of peace and harmony. To move forward with a sense of peace and harmony. It's like you've learned from your past mistakes, and now you're ready to create healthier, more fulfilling relationships. And then the Three of Wands, which was all about expansion. So maybe this Two of Cups is a sign that you're ready to expand your horizons together with your partner, to travel the world, to start a business, or to create a family. To travel the world and start a business together. It's like you're ready to embark on a new adventure together, to explore all the possibilities that life has to offer. Okay, so let's dive into, the different aspects of this Two of Cups, right? How does this play out in love and relationships, right? Because that's, the big question. If you're single, this could be a sign that you're about to meet someone who's going to rock your world, someone who's going to challenge you to grow and evolve in ways you never thought possible. Someone who's going to rock your world. It's like the universe is sending you a signal that love is on its way, and you've got to be open to receive it. But here's the thing, okay. You can't just sit around waiting for love to find you. You have to put yourself out there, be open to new experiences, and be willing to take a risk, which is incredibly important. Join a club, take a class, go to a party, say yes to that blind date. Whatever it takes to get yourself out of your comfort zone. And most importantly, be yourself. Don't try to be someone you're not, because the right person is going to love you for who you are, flaws and all. The right person is going to love you for who you are. It is going to be absolutely fabulous, just wait and see. And if you're already in a relationship, this card is a sign that you need to nurture your connection, to prioritize your relationship, and to make time for each other. It's a sign that you need to nurture your connection. Plan a date night, go on a weekend getaway, or just spend some quality time together without any distractions. Put away your phones, turn off the TV, and just talk to each other. Listen to each other, really listen, without interrupting or judging. Tell each other how much you appreciate each other, how much you love each other, and how grateful you are to have each other in your lives. Seriously, don't underestimate the power of a sincere compliment or a heartfelt thank you. And most importantly, be honest with each other. If something's bothering you, don't bottle it up. Talk about it, express your feelings in a calm and respectful way, and work together to find a solution. That is literally the key. Okay, so what about career and finances, right? Because love isn't the only thing that matters, even though it feels like it sometimes. The Two of Cups can also represent successful partnerships in business. If you're thinking about starting a business with someone, this card is a good sign that it could be a really fruitful venture. It's a good sign that it could be a really fruitful venture. But here's the thing, okay? You have to choose your partners wisely. Make sure you're working with someone who shares your values, who has complementary skills, and who you can really trust. And don't be afraid to have those tough conversations about money, roles, and responsibilities. Get everything in writing so that there are no misunderstandings down the road. It is important to have those conversations. And if you're already in a business partnership, this card is a sign that you need to focus on improving communication, building trust, and fostering a sense of collaboration. Schedule regular meetings, check in with each other frequently, and be open to feedback. Celebrate each other's successes and support each other through the challenges. And if things are really strained, consider bringing in a mediator or a consultant to help you work through the issues, which might be a great choice. Okay, and what about personal growth, right? Because the Two of Cups isn't just about relationships with other people. It's also about your relationship with yourself. It's about self-love, self-acceptance, and self-compassion. It's about knowing your worth and treating yourself with kindness and respect, which is so incredibly important. And with the Opal star being all about grounding, this is about building a really solid foundation of self-love, which is so amazing. It's about knowing that you are enough, that you are worthy of love, and that you have everything you need inside of you to be happy and successful. It is about knowing that you are enough. And with the Death card being about transformation, maybe you need to let go of some old self-criticisms and negative beliefs about yourself. Maybe you need to forgive yourself for past mistakes and move on. And with the World card being about completion, maybe you're ready to fully embrace your true self and share your gifts with the world. So amazing. So what's the key takeaway here, right? The Two of Cups is all about connection, harmony, and balance. It's about finding love, both within yourself and with others. And it's about building relationships that are based on mutual respect, trust, and understanding, which is literally the most important thing. With the grounding energy of the Opal star, you're finding balance and creating lasting bonds. So get ready, because the next card is going to reveal even more about your path, and I am literally so excited for you. Okay, so after all of that, right? After all those twists and turns, all those ups and downs, oh my gosh, you guys, the final card is here to bring it all together. The final card is the Magician. Ooh, this is so good. This is seriously, seriously good. Okay, so the Magician, in a nutshell, is all about manifestation, okay? It's about power. It's about potential. It's about having all the tools you need to create the life you desire right at your fingertips. And with the Opal star being all about grounding, this isn't just about, wishful thinking or positive affirmations. This is about taking real, concrete action to bring your dreams into reality, which is so amazing and literally incredible. Okay, so the Magician, generally, represents skill, resourcefulness, and the ability to turn your ideas into reality. It's about being confident in your abilities, knowing your worth, and using your talents to create something meaningful, which is what it literally is. It's about taking initiative, being proactive, and not waiting for things to happen to you, but making them happen yourself. The Magician makes things happen. You are literally making things happen. And it's not just about, material success or external achievements, okay? The Magician is also about inner power, self-mystery, and the ability to control your own destiny. It's about being the master of your own fate and the captain of your own soul, which is incredibly inspiring. So, how does this connect to all the cards we've already looked at? Because we literally looked at so many, right? This is where it all gets really interesting. Okay, so we started with Death, right? Which was all about transformation. So the Magician is saying that you've successfully transformed yourself, you've shed the old skin, and now you have the power to create a completely new reality for yourself, which is going to be fabulous. You've cleared out the old to make way for the new, and now you have a blank canvas to work with. You are literally building the life that you want, and it is going to be so incredibly amazing for you to be able to do this, and know that you are able to. You are able. And then we had the World, which was all about completion and achievement. So the Magician is saying that you've achieved a major milestone, you've reached a new level of understanding, and now you have the skills and knowledge to create even greater things in your life. You now have the skills and knowledge. You've climbed the mountain, you've reached the summit, and now you can see all the possibilities that lie before you. This is literally incredibly amazing, and it is really just fabulous. And then we had the Five of Cups, which represented loss and disappointment, but the Magician is a reminder that even after experiencing setbacks, you have the power to create something beautiful from the ashes. Even after experiencing setbacks, you can turn your pain into power, your sorrow into strength, and your wounds into wisdom. You have the ability to alchemize your experiences and create something positive out of even the most challenging situations. You have the ability to alchemize your experiences. And then we had the Lovers, which was all about choices and partnerships. So the Magician is saying that you have the power to choose the relationships you want to create in your life, the partnerships you want to build, and the connections you want to nurture. You have the power to choose the relationships you want to create. You can attract people who are aligned with your values, who support your dreams, and who help you to become the best version of yourself. It is going to be so incredibly amazing. You are going to meet all the people, and it's going to be literally fabulous, so be on the lookout, you know. And after that Five of Swords, with all the conflict, the Magician is here to remind you that you have the power to resolve conflicts peacefully, to communicate effectively, and to create harmony in your relationships. You have the power to resolve conflicts peacefully. You can use your words to heal, to inspire, and to build bridges instead of walls. You have literally the greatest power, and that's something to keep in mind, you know? And then with the Three of Wands, representing expansion, the Magician tells you have the power to expand your horizons, to explore new opportunities, and to create a life that's full of adventure and excitement. You have the power to expand your horizons and create a life that is full of adventure. You can travel the world, start a business, write a book, or do anything else that you set your mind to, which literally makes me the most excited. The only limit is your own imagination. There literally is no limit, and you are so incredibly amazing, literally. And finally, the Two of Cups, signifying connection, the Magician is saying that you have the power to create deep, meaningful connections with others, to build relationships that are based on love, trust, and mutual respect. You have the power to create meaningful connections with others. You can be a loving partner, a supportive friend, a compassionate family member, and a caring member of your community. You literally are able to make such an impact, and this is literally the most important, you know? Okay, so, how do you actually embody the Magician's energy in your daily life, right? Because that's what really matters. That's what you really need to know, so you are literally ready for that change. How do you harness your power and create the life you desire? Well, first, you need to identify your talents and skills, which you literally have. What are you good at? What do you enjoy doing? What comes naturally to you? What makes you feel alive and energized? Write down a list of all your strengths, and then think about how you can use them to create something positive in your life and in the world. It is so amazing. What is amazing is you. And then, you need to set clear goals and intentions, which is incredibly amazing and incredibly important. What do you want to achieve? What kind of life do you want to create? What impact do you want to make on the world? Be specific, be clear, and be honest with yourself, you know? Write down your goals and intentions in a journal, create a vision board, or simply visualize yourself achieving your dreams. It is really that simple. It really actually can be that simple. And then, you need to take action, you know, with the grounded energy of the Opal star. The Magician doesn't just sit around and wait for things to happen, remember. The Magician makes things happen. Start small, start simple, but start somewhere, you know? Take one step towards your goals every day, no matter how small it may seem. That is literally how it starts. And don't be afraid to experiment, to try new things, and to make mistakes along the way. Mistakes are just learning opportunities, so don't be so incredibly afraid. The most important thing is that you keep moving forward and that you never give up on your dreams. Never give up on your dreams. That's the most important thing you should keep in mind, okay? And then, you need to cultivate a positive mindset. That is incredibly, incredibly important. The Magician believes in their ability to manifest their desires, and you need to believe in yourself too, you know? Surround yourself with positive people, read inspiring books, listen to uplifting music, and practice gratitude every day. It is so incredibly important. Focus on what you have, not on what you lack, and be thankful for all the blessings in your life. There are a lot of blessings to be thankful for, so never, ever, ever forget it. And don't let negative thoughts or self-doubt creep in, because they are only going to hold you back. Whenever you catch yourself thinking negatively, challenge those thoughts and replace them with positive affirmations, which you can do. You are literally so incredibly powerful. And finally, you need to trust in the universe, which you literally must do. The magician knows that they are not alone on this journey, and neither are you, okay? The universe is always supporting you, guiding you, and providing you with everything you need to succeed. You have to trust that everything is happening for your highest good, even when it doesn't seem like it, which is going to be really important to keep in mind. And be open to receiving guidance from unexpected sources, whether it's from a friend, a stranger, a book, or even a dream. The universe speaks to us in mysterious ways, so pay attention and listen to your intuition, which literally is so incredibly important, so pay attention to your intuition. So, with the Opal star's grounding energy, remember to stay connected to your values, to your purpose, and to your true self. Don't get caught up in the ego, in the material world, or in the opinions of others. Stay true to yourself, stay grounded in your beliefs, and stay focused on creating a life that's aligned with your soul, which is literally going to be fabulous. The power is within you to manifest anything you desire, so go out there and create the life of your dreams. You can do it, and I believe in you. You can do it. Hey there, my friend. Welcome to your reading. This is so exciting. So you picked the Sapphire Sun crystal, which is all about protection. And the theme for your reading is guarded radiance, strength from within, which is already so powerful. I feel like this is about you holding on to your inner light, even when things get tough. Okay, so the first card we have is the Five of Wands. Woo, okay, this card, right off the bat, can feel like a lot. It's all about conflict, competition, disagreements. Like a bunch of different energies clashing. So, immediately, I'm feeling like maybe you're in a situation where you're constantly facing challenges, maybe even feeling a little overwhelmed by different opinions or perspectives. It's like everyone's fighting for their own agenda, and you're caught in the middle. Now, this could be work-related, right? Maybe there's some office drama or conflicting projects that are stressing you out. Or, it could even be something in your personal life, like disagreements within your family or friend group. It could even be internal, like you're battling different parts of yourself, different desires, and you just don't know which way to go. The thing about the Five of Wands is that it's not necessarily about losing or failing. It's more about the chaos and the struggle itself. It's like, even if you win the argument or the competition, you're still drained from all the energy it took to get there. So, with the Sapphire Sun energy here, I'm getting the sense that you need to really protect your energy right now. Don't let these conflicts deplete you. Maybe that means setting some boundaries, or maybe it means just stepping back and observing the situation without getting too involved. Okay, now, the next card is the Eight of Cups. Ooh, this is interesting. So, the Eight of Cups is often about walking away. It's about leaving something behind, usually something that's no longer serving you. It's like, you've put in the effort, you've invested your time and energy, but now you're realizing that it's just not worth it anymore. There's a sense of disappointment, maybe even sadness, but also a feeling of knowing that you're making the right decision for yourself. See, what's so cool is how this connects with the Five of Wands. Maybe all that conflict and chaos from the Five of Wands has led you to this point. You're realizing that you can't keep fighting these battles. You need to prioritize your own well-being and walk away from whatever's causing you so much stress. This isn't about giving up. It's about recognizing your limits and choosing a different path. And the Sapphire Sun is really shining here because walking away can be scary, right? It takes courage to leave something behind, especially if it's something you've invested a lot in. But the Sapphire Sun is reminding you that you're protected. You're safe to make this decision, and you'll be guided towards something better. Now, this could be a relationship, a job, a project, even a belief system. Whatever it is, the Eight of Cups is telling you that it's time to let it go. It's time to release what's no longer serving you and create space for something new. It's like shedding an old skin so you can grow into something even more amazing. But let's dig a little deeper, because there are so many layers here. It's not always easy to just walk away, is it? Sometimes we hold on to things even when we know they're bad for us, because we're afraid of the unknown. We're afraid of what will happen if we let go. We question if we are even worthy of something better. Maybe you're worried about what other people will think. Maybe you're afraid of disappointing someone, or maybe you're just afraid of being alone. But the Eight of Cups is urging you to trust yourself. Trust your intuition. You know what's best for you, and you have the strength to make this change. And honestly, I'm feeling so much excitement here, because this isn't just about walking away from something negative. It's also about creating space for something positive to come into your life. It's about opening yourself up to new opportunities, new experiences, and new relationships. It's like you're clearing out the clutter so you can finally see what's been waiting for you all along. Okay, so deep breath, because now we have the Two of Wands. This is where things get really interesting. The Two of Wands is all about planning for the future. It's about looking ahead and deciding what you want to create in your life. It's about taking control of your destiny and making conscious choices about where you want to go. After walking away from that draining situation, you get to decide what's next. This card shows someone holding a globe, contemplating their options, right? It's like the world is your oyster. You have so many possibilities in front of you, and it's up to you to choose which path you want to take. This is where your guarded radiance really comes into play. You've protected your energy, you've walked away from what wasn't serving you, and now you get to use that energy to create a future that truly aligns with your soul. This could be about starting a new business, pursuing a creative project, moving to a new city, or even just making a commitment to living a more authentic life. Whatever it is, the Two of Wands is encouraging you to dream big and take action. It's time to turn your visions into reality. But here's the thing, the Two of Wands isn't just about dreaming. It's also about planning. It's about thinking strategically and making practical decisions. It's about weighing your options and choosing the path that's most likely to lead you to success. So, with the Sapphire Sun energy, I'm feeling like you need to be really discerning about the choices you make. Don't just jump into something without thinking it through. Take the time to research your options, talk to trusted advisors, and make sure you're making a decision that's truly in your best interest. This is a time to step into your power. To make clear decisions for yourself without the influence of those wands battling around you. You get to decide. And honestly, I think this is such a powerful message for you right now. You've been through a lot, you've faced some challenges, but you've also learned a lot about yourself. You know what you want, and you know what you don't want. And now you have the opportunity to create a future that's truly aligned with your values and your passions. Okay, so let's zoom out for a second and look at all three cards together. We have the Five of Wands, the Eight of Cups, and the Two of Wands. It's like a journey, right? First, you're facing all this conflict and chaos. Then, you realize you need to walk away. And finally, you get to plan for a brighter future. It's all about overcoming challenges, making difficult choices, and ultimately creating a life that's more fulfilling and authentic. Maybe you've been feeling stuck or lost lately. Maybe you've been wondering what your purpose is or what you're meant to be doing with your life. Well, this reading is telling you that you're on the right track. You're exactly where you need to be, and you're making the right choices for yourself. Trust the process, trust your intuition, and know that you're being guided towards something amazing. And I have to say, I'm so excited for you. This is such a powerful time of transformation and growth. You're shedding the old and embracing the new, and you're creating a future that's truly aligned with your soul. So, embrace your guarded radiance, trust your inner strength, and know that you have the power to create anything you desire. But also, let's not forget the Sapphire Sun. This crystal is all about protection, and I feel like it's really emphasizing the importance of self-care right now. As you're going through this transformation, make sure you're taking care of yourself physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Get enough sleep, eat healthy foods, exercise, meditate, spend time in nature, and do things that bring you joy. And don't be afraid to ask for help. Lean on your friends, your family, your mentors, or whoever you trust to support you. You don't have to go through this alone. There are people who love you and want to see you succeed. Let them be there for you. And also, boundaries, boundaries, boundaries. Let the Sapphire Sun guide you towards a life of protection, success, and joy. Okay, wow, that was a lot. I feel like we've really uncovered some deep truths here, and there's so much more to explore, but that's what we have for now. I hope this reading resonated with you, and I'm so excited to see what the future holds for you. Oh my goodness, okay, this is huge. So after all that, after the conflict and walking away and the planning, we get the Page of Cups. Oh, I'm so excited about this for you. Okay, so the Page of Cups, first of all, is all about new beginnings in the emotional realm. It's about opening your heart, embracing your intuition, and allowing yourself to be vulnerable. It's like after all that stuff we talked about, with the Five of Wands and all that conflict, and then making the brave decision to walk away with the Eight of Cups, and then, starting to plan for the future with the Two of Wands. It's like now you are actually allowing yourself to feel again, Like, really feel, and that's so beautiful. And with the Sapphire Sun crystal energy around this whole reading, it's like, even though you're guarded radiance, right, you're still allowing yourself to be open to new emotional experiences. You're still allowing yourself to be open to love and joy and connection, and that is just so powerful. So, the Page of Cups is often seen as a messenger, right? Bringing you good news or an invitation, but it's usually tied to your emotions or your creativity. So, maybe you're going to receive some kind of offer that really touches your heart. Maybe it's a new relationship, a new friendship, or maybe it's an opportunity to express yourself creatively in a way that feels really authentic and fulfilling. I also feel like this card is about connecting with your inner child. That part of you that's playful and curious and open to anything. After all the conflict and maybe some heavy decisions, the Page of Cups is like, hey, remember how to have fun? Remember how to be joyful and spontaneous. It's like giving yourself permission to just be, without all the pressure and expectations. Think about when you were a kid, what did you love to do? What made you feel happy and free? Maybe it's time to revisit some of those things. Maybe it's time to take up painting again, or start writing poetry, or just spend more time playing games with your friends. The Page of Cups is all about tapping into that childlike energy and bringing more joy into your life. And because this is a Cups card, it's all about emotions, right? So, it's possible that you're going to be feeling more sensitive than usual right now. You might be more easily affected by other people's emotions, or you might find yourself feeling more emotional about things that you wouldn't normally react to. That's okay. It's all part of the process of opening your heart and allowing yourself to be vulnerable. The Sapphire Sun is there for you, always, so remember that protection is about nurturing yourself as well. Just be gentle with yourself and allow yourself to feel whatever you're feeling without judgment. Don't try to suppress your emotions or pretend that you're not feeling anything. Just let them flow through you, like waves in the ocean. And know that it's okay to cry, it's okay to be sad, it's okay to be angry. All of these emotions are valid and they're all part of the human experience. The thing about the Page of Cups is that it's not just about feeling your emotions, it's also about expressing them. It's about finding healthy ways to communicate your feelings to others, whether it's through talking, writing, art, or whatever feels right for you. And this is where your creativity comes in, Maybe you've been wanting to start a blog, or write a song, or paint a picture, or whatever. The Page of Cups is like, go for it. Don't be afraid to express yourself. Don't be afraid to share your unique perspective with the world. Because you have something valuable to offer, and there are people out there who are waiting to hear what you have to say. It's like, after walking away from that situation with the Eight of Cups, you've created space for new things to come into your life. And the Page of Cups is one of those new things. It's a new beginning, a new opportunity, a new way of connecting with yourself and with others. And, with the Two of Wands there, where you're planning for the future, this Page of Cups energy can really inform those plans. It's like, instead of just thinking logically about what you want to create, you're also bringing your emotions and your intuition into the equation. You're asking yourself, what do I really feel passionate about? What truly brings me joy? And you're using those feelings to guide your decisions. But okay, let's be real for a second. It's not always easy to be vulnerable, right? It can be scary to open your heart and share your emotions with others, especially if you've been hurt in the past. Maybe you're afraid of being rejected or judged or taken advantage of. And that's where the guarded radiance theme comes back in, because it's okay to have your guard up. It's okay to protect yourself. You don't have to share everything with everyone. But the Page of Cups is encouraging you to take a risk, to step outside of your comfort zone, and to allow yourself to be seen and loved for who you truly are. You can let people in, bit by bit. It's also important to remember that not everyone is going to appreciate your vulnerability. Some people might not understand it, or they might even try to take advantage of it. And that's okay too. You can't control how other people react to you, but you can control how you react to them. So, if someone is being unkind or disrespectful, you have the right to set boundaries and protect yourself. You don't have to tolerate abuse or negativity from anyone. You deserve to be treated with kindness and respect, and you have the power to create that reality for yourself. And that brings us back to the Sapphire Sun energy. It's reminding you to protect your energy, to set boundaries, and to prioritize your own well-being. As you're opening your heart and embracing your emotions, make sure you're also taking care of yourself. Get enough sleep, eat healthy foods, exercise, meditate, and spend time in nature. Do things that bring you joy and make you feel good about yourself. And don't be afraid to ask for help. If you're struggling with your emotions, or if you're feeling overwhelmed, reach out to a therapist, a counselor, or a trusted friend or family member. There are people who care about you and want to support you. You don't have to go through this alone. Lean on those close to you. The Page of Cups is also a reminder to be open to new experiences. Don't be afraid to try new things, to explore new possibilities, and to step outside of your comfort zone. You never know what amazing opportunities might be waiting for you just around the corner. Maybe there's a new hobby you've been wanting to try, or a new place you've been wanting to visit, or a new skill you've been wanting to learn. The Page of Cups is like, what are you waiting for? Go for it. Life is too short to stay stuck in your comfort zone. And, this could also be about your career, right? Maybe you've been feeling stuck in your job, or maybe you're looking for a new career path. The Page of Cups is encouraging you to explore your options, to think outside the box, and to consider what you truly want to do with your life. What are you passionate about? What are you good at? What kind of work would bring you joy and fulfillment? These are all important questions to ask yourself as you're planning for the future with that Two of Wands energy. And the Page of Cups is also a reminder that it's okay to change your mind. It's okay to try something new and then decide that it's not for you. It's all part of the process of learning and growing. Don't be afraid to experiment and to explore different paths until you find the one that feels right for you. So, with the Five of Wands, the Eight of Cups, the Two of Wands, and now the Page of Cups, it's like you're going through a complete transformation. You're shedding the old and embracing the new, and you're creating a life that's more aligned with your soul. It's like the Sapphire Sun knew exactly what you needed to see. And it's not always going to be easy, but it's going to be worth it. Because you deserve to be happy, you deserve to be loved, and you deserve to live a life that's full of joy and fulfillment. And the Page of Cups is here to remind you of that. Wow, okay, this is so exciting. I can't wait to see what happens next. We still have 3 more cards to pull, and I have a feeling they're going to reveal even more about your journey. I feel like something big is coming, something really beautiful and transformative. Let's keep going. Oh my gosh, the Hierophant. After all that emotional opening with the Page of Cups, this is like a total shift. Okay, so the Hierophant is all about tradition and institutions, right? It's the card of this is how things are done. So, immediately, I'm feeling a little bit of a push-pull. You've walked away from the chaos with the Eight of Cups, you're planning your own future with the Two of Wands, you're opening up emotionally with the Page of Cups, and now the Hierophant is here saying, wait, but what about the rules? What about the traditions? So, the first thing that comes to mind is maybe you're feeling some pressure from your family or your community to conform to certain expectations. Okay, you've explored all these new possibilities, but when are you going to settle down? When are you going to get a real job? When are you going to follow the path that we've laid out for you? And that can be really tough, right? because you want to honor your family and your traditions, but you also want to live your own life and follow your own path. Or maybe it's not necessarily external pressure. Maybe it's internal. Maybe you have these deeply ingrained beliefs about what you should be doing, or what's right or wrong, that are holding you back from truly embracing your own desires. Maybe you feel guilty for wanting to pursue a creative career because you were always taught that you need to have a stable, secure job. Or maybe you feel ashamed for wanting to explore a different kind of relationship because you were raised to believe that marriage is the only right way. The Hierophant can also represent a fear of stepping outside of the established norms. It's like, if I don't follow the rules, will I be punished? Will I be ostracized? Will I fail? And that fear can be really paralyzing. It can make you second-guess your decisions and hold you back from taking risks. Maybe you're afraid to start your own business because you're worried about what people will think if you fail. Or maybe you're afraid to express your true feelings because you're worried about being judged or rejected. And sometimes the Hierophant can show up as a rigid adherence to outdated beliefs or systems. Maybe you're holding onto a belief that's no longer serving you just because that's the way you've always done things. Or maybe you're stuck in a job that's making you miserable because you feel like you have to stay there to be responsible. This card can sometimes highlight that conflict with the Five of Wands from before. It's like those battling parties that you are walking away from are all the traditional institutions you're now questioning. This card is like, are you following the rules blindly, or are you questioning them? Are you living your life authentically, or are you just trying to please everyone else? And that can be a really tough question to answer, because sometimes the rules are there for a reason. Sometimes traditions are valuable and important, and sometimes it's really hard to know when to follow the rules and when to break them. But it's not all doom and gloom. The Hierophant can also represent some really positive things. One of the most positive aspects of the Hierophant is that it represents wisdom and guidance. This card can show that you're seeking knowledge and understanding from someone who's more experienced than you. Maybe you're talking to a mentor, a teacher, or a spiritual advisor who can help you navigate this new path you're on. It's like, instead of trying to figure everything out on your own, you're seeking out someone who's already walked this path before and can offer you some valuable insights. The Hierophant isn't always about blind faith. Sometimes it's about seeking the wisdom of those who have come before us. And in that sense, it is very much in line with the Sapphire Stone. Or maybe the Hierophant is showing you that there are certain traditions or systems that can actually support you in achieving your goals. Maybe you're realizing that your family's values of hard work and perseverance can actually help you succeed in your new business venture. Or maybe you're finding that your religious community can provide you with a sense of belonging and support as you're going through this transition. The Hierophant can be a reminder that you don't have to throw everything out the window. You can still honor your traditions and your values while also creating a life that's authentic to you. The Hierophant can also represent a desire for structure and stability. After all that chaos and uncertainty, with the Five of Wands and the Eight of Cups, maybe you're craving some sense of order and predictability. Maybe you're realizing that you need to create some routines and rituals in your life to help you stay grounded and focused. Or maybe you're realizing that you need to set some clear boundaries with your family and friends to protect your energy and your time. The Hierophant is like, okay, you've explored all these new possibilities, but now it's time to create some structure around them. And sometimes, the Hierophant can show up as a reminder to connect with your spiritual side. Maybe you're feeling disconnected from your faith or your spiritual practices. Or maybe you're feeling like you need to find a deeper sense of meaning and purpose in your life. The Hierophant is like, it's time to reconnect with your spiritual roots and find some guidance from a higher power. But that does not have to mean an organized religion. Maybe you just need a reminder to yourself to, meditate for 15 minutes a day, or whatever works to make sure your spiritual self is protected and enriched. So, how does this all fit together? We've got the Five of Wands conflict, the Eight of Cups walking away, the Two of Wands planning, the Page of Cups, new emotional beginnings, and now the Hierophant, tradition and institutions. It's like you're on a journey of self-discovery, where you're constantly questioning your beliefs and your values and trying to figure out what's truly important to you. You start with conflict, then walk away to find space, then make plans, start to feel again, and then question the value of structure. Maybe you're realizing that you need to find a balance between honoring your traditions and following your own path. Maybe you're realizing that you need to create some structure and stability in your life without becoming too rigid or controlling. Or maybe you're realizing that you need to connect with your spiritual side without blindly following dogma or doctrine. The Hierophant is like, it's time to integrate all these different parts of yourself and create a life that's both authentic and meaningful. And with the Page of Cups there, it's like you're bringing that emotional openness and vulnerability to this process of questioning and integrating. You're not just blindly accepting what you've been taught. You're actually feeling into it and asking yourself, does this truly resonate with me? Does this feel right in my heart? And if it doesn't, you're willing to challenge it and find a new way. So cool. This is where the Sapphire Sun and the theme of guarded radiance really come into play. Because it's not about throwing everything out or blindly following tradition. It's about protecting your energy and your inner light while also being open to learning and growing. It's about finding a way to honor your traditions and your values without sacrificing your own authenticity. You can guard yourself while also honoring those who came before you. And it takes courage to do that, right? It takes courage to question the rules, to challenge the norms, and to create your own path. But you have that courage within you. You have the Sapphire Sun protecting you, guiding you, and reminding you of your own inner strength. And you have the guarded radiance, shining brightly, illuminating your way forward. But just remember, you don't have to be so guarded that you refuse help when it is offered. Okay, wow, this is getting really deep. I feel like there's so much more to unpack here, but we're not done yet. We still have one more card to pull, and I have a feeling it's going to shed even more light on this whole situation. But I can feel that there is some internal conflict brewing as a result of the Hierophant coming after the Page of Cups. However, because you are protected by Sapphire Sun, this is an opportunity for growth, not a sign of impending doom. Okay, on to the next card. Oh my goodness. Okay, after all of that, we get the Lovers. Oh my gosh. I'm like, so excited about this. This card is going to represent some really big decisions coming up for you as a result of everything that we've been talking about, which I think is just so beautiful. I definitely think you're like at a crossroads in your life. You are going to be experiencing a lot more clarity, and also I think you're going to be getting a lot more insight as to what it is that you truly want, especially with the Sapphire Sun and that guarded radiance. You may have been worried, like, if you've been dealing with uncertainty or just a lack of direction in general, I think that you are gaining a lot of clarity. Not only that, but I think you're looking at life through a fresh set of eyes that are more aware, eyes that are more attuned to your inner truth, and looking at the world not as, what am I supposed to do? But rather, what feels right to me, what aligns with my soul. I also think that, like, you're going to find that even if you've been doing something, like, say for example, maybe you've been in a relationship for years, you may be looking at things with a more discerning eye, or you may be approaching your partnerships in a newer way that is more authentic and fulfilling. So, like, maybe you have defined yourself as only, like, a people pleaser in the past, and now you're saying, maybe prioritizing my own needs is something that could also bring me joy. So now, you are incorporating new ways of relating to others, or new ways of making decisions, that is not only allowing what you're already doing to be more fresh, but also I think you may be rekindling your love for yourself. I also think that you are going to find that you just feel more empowered in general. Like you feel more excited to be a part of your own life, to make your own choices, and I think that self-assurance is going to be a bit infectious. I think other people are also going to notice that shift in you, and they're going to be inspired by your authenticity as well. If one of your dreams is to be able to inspire others with your choices, that is exactly what's coming in for you. Like that is a big thing where you may find that you have the courage to share these things that you're choosing, and they really resonate with people in powerful ways. I think one thing you need to know is that you have a very unique path. As you are shifting into this energy, and as it's coming to you, one thing that you may struggle with is just that doubt that comes with decision-making of, oh, is this the right choice? Or, oh, maybe this needs to change? Or, oh, maybe I should just keep tweaking this or something like that. Instead, you're going to be like, no, you know what, it doesn't have to be perfect. No, you know what, not everybody has to agree with this choice. No, you know what, this doesn't have to resonate with everyone. I'm choosing this for me, and for whoever it benefits, it benefits. Okay, so with this Lover's card, it's all about choices, right? But it's not just any choices. It's like these big, life-altering decisions that are going to shape your future. And it's about aligning yourself with what truly resonates with your soul, even if it means going against the grain. And, oh my gosh, how does this connect with the Hierophant? Like, the card right before this was all about tradition and institutions, and now we have the Lovers, which is like, okay, are you going to follow the traditional path, or are you going to choose your own adventure? Are you going to do what's expected of you, or are you going to follow your heart? So maybe you're facing a decision about your career, right? Like, do you stay in that stable, secure job that your family approves of, or do you take a leap of faith and pursue your passion? Or maybe it's about your relationship, like, do you stay in a relationship that's comfortable but not fulfilling, or do you risk it all for a chance at true love? Or maybe it's even about your spiritual path, like, do you stick with the religious traditions you were raised with, or do you explore your own beliefs and create your own spiritual practice? It's like the Lovers is shining a light on all these different paths and asking you which one truly aligns with your soul. And with that Page of Cups energy, it's like, okay, don't just think about it logically. Feel into it. What does your heart tell you? What makes you feel joyful and alive? What makes you feel connected to something bigger than yourself? Because the Lovers isn't just about making a decision, it's about making a decision that's aligned with your emotions and your intuition. It's about choosing what feels right, even if it doesn't make sense to anyone else. And, oh my gosh, with the Five of Wands in the beginning, it's like all that conflict and chaos has led you to this point. All those different opinions and perspectives have forced you to really clarify what you want. It's like you've had to sift through all the noise and figure out what truly resonates with your soul. And now you're at this pivotal moment where you get to choose your own path. And with the Eight of Cups, it's like you've already walked away from what wasn't serving you. You've already made the brave decision to leave behind what was no longer aligned with your soul. And now you have space for something new, something that truly lights you up. And with the Two of Wands, it's like you've been planning for this moment. You've been envisioning your future and dreaming about what you want to create. And now it's time to take action and make it happen. The Lovers is urging you to trust yourself. Trust your intuition. You know what's best for you, and you have the strength to make this change. You can absolutely make this change and be successful. And honestly, I'm feeling so much excitement here because this isn't just about making a decision. It's also about creating a deeper connection with yourself and with others. It's about opening yourself up to love, joy, and connection in all areas of your life. It's like you're clearing out the clutter so you can finally see what's been waiting for you all along, which is an opportunity to align your life with your soul's purpose, with your soul and with your purpose. But okay, let's be real for a second. It's not always easy to make these big decisions, right? It can be scary to step outside of your comfort zone and choose a path that's different from what everyone else expects of you. And that is when the Sapphire Sun and the guarded radiance really come into play. It's about protecting your energy and staying true to yourself, even when things get tough. Maybe you're worried about what other people will think. Maybe you're afraid of disappointing someone, or maybe you're just afraid of the unknown. But the Lovers is urging you to trust yourself. Trust your intuition. You know what's best for you, and you have the strength to make this change. And honestly, I'm feeling so much excitement here because this isn't just about making a decision. It's also about creating space for something positive to come into your life. It's about opening yourself up to new opportunities, new experiences, and new relationships. It's like you're clearing out the clutter so you can finally see what's been waiting for you all along. It's like the Lovers is holding up a mirror and asking you, Who do you truly want to be? What kind of life do you truly want to live? And it's giving you the power to choose. It's so exciting. And with the Sapphire Sun, it's like you're being guided and protected every step of the way. You're not alone in this. You have the strength, the wisdom, and the support you need to make the right choice. But okay, so what kind of choice is this exactly? Is it a choice between two different paths in your career? Is it a choice between two different relationships? Or is it a deeper choice about how you want to live your life? We've already touched on this a bit, but let's try to zoom in even more. Maybe there are aspects of more than one thing you are choosing between. I feel like with the next card, we're going to get even more clarity on the specific nature of this decision. This really feels like the most intense turning point in your life. Okay, this is so exciting. I can't wait to see what happens next. We still have one more card to pull, and I have a feeling it's going to reveal even more about this choice that you have to make. Are you ready? Oh my goodness, okay, are you ready for this? After all that talk about choices and figuring out what you truly want, we get the Queen of Wands. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. This card is just pure fire, pure passion, pure confidence. I definitely think you're stepping into your power in a huge way as a result of all of these blessings, which I think is really beautiful. You have the Sapphire Sun, and now this gorgeous Queen. I definitely think you're embodying your heart space in a powerful way. I think you are going to be experiencing a lot more self-assuredness, and also I think you're going to be getting a lot more recognition for your work, whatever that is, especially if you are a leader. You might find that you are respected more and trusted more by more people. You may have been worried, if you've been dealing with self-doubt or just a lack of confidence in general. I think that you are gaining a lot more self-love. Not only that, but I think you're looking at life through a fresh set of eyes that are more confident, eyes that are more trusting of your own power, and looking at the world not as, oh, what if I fail? But rather, I got this. What amazing things can I create? I also think that, you're going to find that oven if you've been doing something. Say for example, maybe you've been in a career for years, so you may be looking at things with more ownership. Or you may be approaching your work in a newer way that is more passionate and fulfilling. So, maybe you have defined yourself as only, a supporter in the past, and now you're saying, maybe stepping into a leadership role is something that could also bring me joy. So now, you are incorporating new ways of thinking and of working that is not only allowing what you're already doing to be more fresh, but also I think you may be rekindling your love for this career. It is also okay if you want to completely change things up. I also think that you are going to find that you just feel more energized in general. You feel more excited to be a part of life, to live your life. And I think that enthusiasm is going to be a bit infectious. I think other people are also going to notice that shift in you, and they're going to be inspired by your courage as well. If one of your dreams is to be able to inspire others with your choices, that is exactly what's coming in for you. That is a big thing where you may find that you have the courage to share these things that you're choosing, and they really resonate with people in powerful ways. I think one thing you need to know is that you have a very unique path. You're protected on that unique path. As you are shifting into this energy, and as it's coming to you, one thing that you may struggle with is just that fear that comes with being seen, of, oh, what if people judge me? Or, oh, what if I make a mistake? Or, oh, maybe I should just stay small and quiet. Instead, you're going to be no, you know what, I'm not going to dim my light. No, you know what, not everybody has to like me. No, you know what, this doesn't have to be perfect. I'm choosing to shine, and whoever is drawn to that is drawn to that. You are radiant and in charge. Okay, so with this Queen of Wands, it's all about embodying your authentic power, right? It's about owning your confidence, embracing your passion, and stepping into your role as a leader. But it's not just about being powerful, it's about being a good leader, a compassionate leader, a leader who inspires others to be their best selves. And, oh my gosh, how does this connect with the Lovers? The card right before this was all about choices, and now we have the Queen of Wands, which is okay, you've made your choice, now it's time to own it. You've chosen your path, now it's time to walk it with confidence and grace. You're going to be okay, this is who I am. It's time to be brave, With the Five of Wands, it's like it's time to shut out the haters and embrace your inner strength. No more engaging in conflicts that drain your energy. You've learned that lesson. You've risen above it. Now you stand tall, radiating your own unique light and attracting people who resonate with your energy. No more chaos, only calm, confident power. And with the Eight of Cups, it's like you've already walked away from what wasn't serving you. You've already shed the old skin. Now you're stepping into your new skin, your Queen of Wands skin, and you're feeling more alive and vibrant than ever before. And it feels so good. And with the Two of Wands, it's like all that planning and envisioning has led you to this moment. You've been dreaming about this version of yourself, and now you're finally embodying it. It's like you've been practicing in the mirror, and now it's time to go out there and shine. And with the Page of Cups, it's like you're bringing that emotional openness and vulnerability to your leadership style. You're not just being a boss, you're being a mentor, a guide, a friend. You're creating a space where people feel safe to express themselves and share their ideas. So cool. Your heart, your passions, your dreams. They are informing the leadership style you are actively creating for yourself and for your life. And oh my gosh, how does this connect with the Hierophant? The card about tradition? It's about redefining tradition, and it's about saying, okay, I respect the past, but I'm also creating my own future. I'm honoring my roots, but I'm also forging my own path. You're not rejecting tradition, but you're not blindly following it either. You're taking what resonates with you and leaving the rest behind. You're creating a new tradition, a tradition that's based on authenticity, compassion, and empowerment. The Sapphire Sun has been there all along, protecting you, guiding you, and reminding you of your own inner strength. But it's not just about protection, it's also about growth. It's about allowing yourself to be vulnerable, to take risks, and to step outside of your comfort zone. The Sapphire Sun is like, I've got your back, but you also need to trust yourself. You can still shine while you are also protected. Okay, so what does this all mean for you practically? How can you embody the Queen of Wands in your daily life? Maybe it means taking on a new project at work that challenges you and allows you to showcase your skills. Maybe it means starting that business you've always dreamed of. Maybe it means speaking up for yourself in a relationship and setting some clear boundaries. Maybe it means finally pursuing that creative passion that you've been putting off for so long. It means taking the power back and making this choice from the Lovers and not regretting anything. Being true to yourself. It means showing up as your authentic self in every area of your life. It means letting your light shine brightly and inspiring others to do the same. And it means trusting yourself even when things get tough. You got this. But okay, let's be real. It's not always easy to embody the Queen of Wands. Sometimes you might feel insecure or afraid or like you're not good enough. And that's okay. It's human. But the key is to not let those feelings stop you. To acknowledge them, to feel them, and then to move forward anyway. This is where guarded radiance is so important, because it's okay to have boundaries. It's okay to protect your energy. You don't have to be perfect all the time. You just have to be yourself. And when you show up as your authentic self, that's when the magic happens. And with the Sapphire Sun there, remember you are protected. Don't forget that. Okay, wow, this is so powerful. I feel like we've really uncovered something huge here. You are stepping into a new level of confidence and power, and I'm so excited for you. I can't wait to see what happens next. This is like the most beautiful and transformative change I can sense coming your way. We still have one card to pull, and I have a feeling it's going to give us even more clarity on what this all means for you. Are you ready for your next blessing? Oh my goodness, okay, are you ready for this? After all that, like, building up and choosing and becoming the Queen of Wands. We get the Hanged Man, wow. I know, it might seem a little anticlimactic after all that fiery queen energy, but trust me, this is exactly what you need to see. Okay, so the Hanged Man is all about surrender, right? It's about letting go of control and trusting the universe. And like, after all that decision-making with the Lovers and stepping into your power with the Queen of Wands, it's like the universe is saying, okay, you've done your part. Now it's time to just surrender and let things unfold. So, the Hanged Man often shows up when you need to shift your perspective. It's like you've been looking at a situation from one angle for so long, and the universe is inviting you to see it from a completely different point of view. Which, oh my gosh, thinking back to all those clashing opinions in the Five of Wands. Maybe now you're finally able to see everyone's perspective, not just your own. Maybe you're realizing that there's no right or wrong answer, just different ways of seeing things. How cool is that? And with the Eight of Cups, it's like you've already walked away from what wasn't serving you, and now you're in this space of waiting and uncertainty. You're not quite sure what's next, but you know that something new is on the horizon. The Hanged Man is like, okay, don't try to rush things, just be patient and allow the universe to guide you. I know, it's easier said than done, right? But trust me, this is where the magic happens. And with the Two of Wands, it's like you've made all these plans for the future, but now you're realizing that you can't control everything. You have to be willing to adapt and adjust your plans as things unfold. The Hanged Man is like, okay, be open to new possibilities. Be willing to let go of your expectations and see where the universe takes you. You know, you can surrender while still being open to things. And with the Page of Cups, it's like you're bringing that emotional openness and vulnerability to this process of surrender. You're not just intellectually understanding that you need to let go. You're actually feeling it in your heart. You're allowing yourself to be vulnerable and to trust that everything is happening for your highest good. It is all going to be okay. And oh my gosh, how does this connect with the Hierophant? The card about tradition? It's like you're questioning all those traditional beliefs and values, and now you're realizing that you don't have to follow them blindly. You can create your own path, your own set of rules, but it requires patience and trust. It requires you to surrender to the unknown and allow yourself to be guided by your intuition, which is so you. And with the Lovers, it's like you've made this big decision, this pivotal choice, and now you're waiting to see the results. You're not sure if you made the right choice, but you're trusting that the universe will show you the way. The Hanged Man is like, okay, have faith. Trust that you're on the right path, even if you can't see it right now. You're always exactly where you need to be. And with the Queen of Wands, it's like you've stepped into your power, you're feeling confident and strong, but now you're realizing that you can't control everything. You have to be willing to surrender your ego and allow the universe to work its magic. The Hanged Man is like, okay, even a queen has to surrender sometimes. Even a queen has to let go of control and trust that everything is happening for a reason. You're still radiant, though, so what does this all mean practically? How can you embody the Hanged Man in your daily life? Well, first of all, it means practicing patience. Don't try to rush things. Don't try to force things to happen. Just allow things to unfold in their own time, which is so hard. It also means being open to new perspectives. Try to see things from other people's points of view. Try to understand their motivations and their feelings. Don't be so quick to judge or criticize. Just listen and learn. Listening is a great thing, and it means being willing to let go of control. Stop trying to micromanage everything. Stop trying to plan every detail. Just trust that the universe has a plan for you and that everything is happening for your highest good. It does, and it means embracing the unknown. Don't be afraid of uncertainty. Don't be afraid of not knowing what's next. Just trust that you're being guided and that everything will work out in the end. You're so protected, too. The Sapphire Sun, oh my gosh, it's like it's been preparing you for this moment all along. It's been protecting you, guiding you, and reminding you of your own inner strength. And now it's like it's wrapping you in a warm embrace and saying, okay, it's okay to surrender. It's okay to let go. I've got you. The sun is really shining here, and it is lighting your way. And with that guarded radiance theme, it's like you're protecting your energy while also being open to new possibilities. You're not closing yourself off to the world, but you're also not letting anyone drain your energy. You're setting boundaries and protecting your inner peace. You will glow as things unfold. It's about finding strength in stillness. It's about trusting the process, even when you can't see the end result. It's about knowing that even in moments of uncertainty and waiting, there is immense power and potential for growth. This is so good. So, what does this look like in your life right now? Maybe it means taking a break from work to recharge your batteries. Maybe it means ending a relationship that's no longer serving you. Maybe it means moving to a new city and starting over. This all makes sense. Or maybe it's something smaller, like taking a few minutes each day to meditate and connect with your inner self. Or practicing gratitude and focusing on the positive aspects of your life. Or spending time in nature and appreciating the beauty of the world around you. It means letting go of any expectations you have about how things should be, and instead, embracing the present moment for what it is. It means trusting that everything is happening exactly as it's meant to, and that you're exactly where you need to be. You really are. And remember that even though the Hanged Man is about surrender, it's not about giving up. It's not about being passive or lazy. It's about actively choosing to let go of control and trust the universe. It's about making a conscious decision to shift your perspective and see things from a different angle. This is not apathy. It's powerful. So embrace the Hanged Man. Embrace the stillness, embrace the surrender, and embrace the unknown. Trust that you're being guided and protected, and that everything will work out in the end. You got this. Wow, okay, that was a journey. From the conflict of the Five of Wands to the surrender of the Hanged Man. You've come so far, and I have to say, I'm so incredibly excited for you. I know that this is a time of great transformation and growth, and I know that you have the strength, the wisdom, and the courage to make it through anything. Just remember to stay true to yourself, to trust your intuition, and to let your guarded radiance shine brightly. And know that you're always protected by the Sapphire Sun. It is with you forever. Thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of your journey. I can't wait to see what amazing things you create in your life. And remember, you can always come back to this reading whenever you need a reminder of your own power and potential.